both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Hi guys, what can I get you guys today?
I don't know what to order.
Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa, what is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead-gum meal here at Schatz Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall-darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Schatz is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude. The truth is, there's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid, whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right, I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I'd take a caramel roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash later valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, by Beto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
There aren't many places in the world that are this special to so many people. This place, however, it's one of a kind. The Palace on the Prairie, the Ralph Engelstad Arena, home to the 2023 North Dakota Boys High School Hockey Tournament. Time for the ninth bracket of the quarterfinal action here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. It's been an all-East region performance so far here today. Frankly, the West hasn't even scored a goal yet in the first two games of the state high school hockey tournament. Will that change with the high-powered offense of Mario Lamoureux's Legacy Sabres, who've scored 99 goals on the year? They're the number one seed from the West region. They take on Nate Metcalf's Fargo Davies Eagles. They've scored 89 in their own right. They're the number 4 seed out of the East. You can throw all those numbers away today because it boils down to 51 minutes of North Dakota high school hockey. Welcome into our Shields pregame show here today. Shields of Minot and Bismarck bring you the pregame. They offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions, from fishing to fashion, you name it. Shields is dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. You can shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and so much more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. I'm Nick Holbert, glad to be on the call here today. Joined by a good friend of ours, Mr. David Wilson joins us here today. First things first, you get off the bench coaching West Fargo Cheyenne just a few moments ago, and what was an absolute thriller. First things first, a different view for you this year from not only being in the press box and calling games on the PSP Network, but the coaching role as well. First of all, congratulations on a big win today.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. All credit goes to the kids. Just a great high school hockey game down there, and I know a lot of the kids on Minot, and played with uncles, dads, whatever throughout the years, and it's just kind of a little bittersweet, like we were talking, because so many years, you and I have cried a little bit about Minot losing in the first round of the state tournament. I'm super happy for our kids, but also pat Minot on the back on a great opening round battle. So everything that a high school hockey game should be, coming down to the end, two well-coached teams, two hard-working teams, and it was a lot of fun down there. But like you said, definitely a different perspective this year.
Dave, your time as a high school hockey goaltender in Minot, you were two-time All-West region, in all-state selection. It's no secret the East is better than the West when it comes to tournament time. That foot speed, the decision-making time, all of those factors play into it. No big surprise that it's been an East region sweep so far here today, but this one between Legacy and Davies is an intriguing one with some of the top talent out west, with Marcus Bunce and Beasley, Tyler Miller in goal. Is there a chance for Legacy to win this hockey game today?
I think so, absolutely. Mario Lamoureux in his second year has done a fantastic job. with Legacy this year, and even last year. 2 years into the program, and the tournament's been, his team has been into the state tournament twice. For us, Cheyenne, we're in year 7, and it took until year 6 for us to make the state tournament. So, all credit to him. Absolutely. Goaltending at this time of the year, as we saw in the Minot and Cheyenne game, both goaltenders played fantastic, and all your team needs is a chance, and I think that's what Miller gives Legacy in this hockey game. Legacy's probably going to have puck possession. They're probably going to outshoot him a little bit. They're probably going to grind away at Legacy, but hey, as long as you end up with more goals at the end, it really doesn't matter how many shots you had. So I anticipate it being a pretty good hockey game between two well-coached teams.
Let's look at some of the numbers of this one here today, Dave. The numbers look, and the dive into the numbers is delivered today by the UPS store located on South Broadway of Minot, the UPS store. For all your packing and shipping needs, find them in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Let's start with the Sabres. They come in at 17-6-1 overall. They finished second in the West Region in the regular season. They won the WDA championship with a win over Minot. They go against Davies, that's 12-9-3 on the year. Number 4 seed out of the East. They finished 6th inside the conference, and they're a team that went 7-5-3 in the EDC in a powerful region. They're coached by Nate Metcalf in his 4th year. Let's break down Davies first. A team that scored 89 goals. They've given up 65 on the season, plus 24 for a margin. They scored 3.7 goals per game. They only give up 2.7 per night. They average 33 shots per game. They give up 29. What's the bread and butter for Fargo Davies, and how are they successful here this year?
This year, kind of unlike last year, they had so many skilled forwards last year, with the Stibbe and Bullinger, and really this year it's been kind of a committee approach with them. They beat us twice during the regular season with just hard work, good defensive play. They've got a sophomore goaltender. Everyone remembers Trent Wimcombe last year, the senior captain that was kind of, really verbal and, kind of barking on the bench. And now it's kind of, a whole different spectrum where you've got a sophomore goaltender kind of plays closer to the vest, calm and collected. And last week at the EDC tournament, held down a really good Fargo North team that went into a game that went into 4 overtimes down, that, collectively just stayed calm and made saves. And defensively, they did everything that they needed to do to keep Fargo North on the outside and other teams they play as well. This is a team that finished 6th place in the EDC this year and lost 3-2 to Red River, and their other game they took Red River to a shootout. So it's, throw the records out and all that. They battled a pretty good Red River team, and they've had success against different groups in the EDC. So at this point, you kind of throw out the different number of points and where they finish in the EDC, because there's a pretty good hockey team there in Fargo Davies.
Well, you look at the Davies Eagles, they don't have anybody inside the top 20 in scoring of the year, but they do have Joby Fryer, 26 points for him, 15 goals, 11 assists on the year, 25 for Grant Manor on the season. Leads the team in assists with 17, 22 on the year for Luke Lorenz. They got the big man on the back end too, Jack Bollinger. I know he was banged up this year. Haven't seen the starting lineups yet, but do we expect to see Jack Bollinger here today? Oh, absolutely. And there's I go back again to that EDC play-in game that went to 4 overtimes between them and Fargo North, and he from about the middle point of the game on, he was on the ice every other shift, and he's a big guy. He doesn't throw his weight around a lot like you expect most big guys do, but he's just so good at taking away space and gap control, and just things are so much calmer when he's out on the ice. And he's not going to get beat wide with that huge wingspan of his. Just a good leader for that hockey team. Just things seem like they're so much under control when he's on the ice. And Coach Metcalf will say, hey, having a senior out there that can play 30+ minutes a night, that's not a bad thing to have. Let's talk now about the Legacy Sabres. This is a team that has 5 All-West Region selections after winning the West Region Tournament Championship. They've got a goaltender in Tyler Miller. This kid, I've been saying all year long, that is one of the best in the state, if not the best. Olsenowski from Fargo South Shanley is the only kid that's got better numbers than Tyler Miller's 1.73 goals against average and a .923 save percentage. They've got guys up front that can move and groove. Here's their all-WDA selections starting up front. Drew Beasley, number 23, 37 points for him. He's on a line with Marcus Butts, who's all WD as well. Butts wears number 15. 21 goals for him on the season. Those two kids up front really are a powerhouse. They've got Jamison Johnson, number 7's an all-region defenseman with 20 points on the year. And Gage Martell, I'm excited for you to see him live here today. He wears number 38 in all-West region selection. He's been standing off the paper all year to me as well. It's a Legacy Sabres team that, in my mind, is pretty heavy up top, but it kind of falls off a table after that. Not to be taken in a negative way, but however, it is what I see from Legacy. They do have Mario Lamoureux, the former UND captain, as their head coach. This is a Sabres team that on the season with their 99 goals scored, they've only given up 48. That's 4 goals per average per game, Dave. They only give up 2 on average per game, a +2 margin. Special teams today will play a factor. 86 penalties have been taken by the Sabres. 83 have been taken by the Eagles on the year. The Eagles have drawn 88. The Sabres have drawn 84. On paper, this is a pretty close matchup head-to-head when you boil it down. And the East versus West factor, of course, takes play here as well. Should be a fun game today on the PSP Network. Looking forward to calling it with you, my friend. There's a look at your numbers here in this one. We'll come back to our show's pregame show. We'll boil down our starting lineups, and then we'll get set and ready for this showdown here today as the Legacy Sabres try to become the first West Region team into the semifinals. At what feels like an eternity for West Region hockey. They've got the best chance of doing so here today. Monmouth fell 2-0 earlier today. Jamestown got smoked 7-0 by Red River. We'll touch on the starters. We'll get you set for the opening faceoff when we come back to the Ralph Engelstedt Arena. It is state tournament coverage here on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7, pressure, poise, yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Two of the youngest programs in the state of North Dakota for high school hockey lock horns today in the quarterfinals of the State Boys Hockey Tournament. Fargo Davies Eagles, well, they've been around for a little while, not quite as long as some of the others like Red River or Mountain High or Grand Forks Central. Davies looking for their first ever state championship still. So are the Legacy Sabres. They're only in year number 2 of their program. These two teams come together today at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Welcome back into our Shills pregame show. Shills of Minot and Bismarck has everything you need from footwear to fashion. Sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear. They've got it all. You could spend some serious time at Shills of Minot and Bismarck, bringing you the pregame here today. Alongside of the former North Dakota high school hockey standout in the goal paint, Mr. Dave Wilson, I'm Nick Holberg. Thanks for joining us on the call here today as we get set and ready for the Sabres and the Eagles in the quarterfinals. Winner moves on tomorrow to take on either Fargo South Shanley or Bismarck Century in the state semis. Already into the Big Dance TV round. You've got Red River, who beat Jamestown 7-0 earlier on today. Cheyenne just took down Minot 2-0. I have to tell you, Dave, we'll bring Dave Wilson back in, my broadcast partner and good friend here on the PSP Network, back in to the call here today. The way that Red River started the tournament off today with their student section before the national anthem just got done, and Red River student section had 2 chants here today. The first one was, "Where is Central?" I thought that was pretty good. And then before the puck even dropped, they started chanting, "This one's over. This one's over. This one's over." 26 seconds later it was. The game winning was scored by Mikey Coleman to make it 1-0, just 26 seconds in. What is it about the East that makes them so powerful?
It just, when I was talking to Matt Morelli up here before this broadcast started, I mean, it just, one thing we notice a lot is just, the skating ability between the two. I mean, there's a lot of skilled guys out west that, you talk about the Butts and the Morellis and, the Esslingers and the Beasleys of the world, but there's just something about the speed. And like, I grew up watching West Region hockey and, played for Minot High School 20 years ago. And even then it was just, the skating and the speed of the game is just so much different here. And, whether that's with, some of the teams that these, like the Davies and the Red Rivers and the Centrals get to play in Minnesota growing up, that helps as well. But, for me, the one thing I notice most is the team speed. But, you neutralize that like Minot did with us for a long time. And, you play physical and you play the game the right way. I mean, there's the old, will beat skill. And that's, I think, a big deal here for the Legacy Sabres. Just show up and play hard, and you can neutralize that speed playing the right way. And I'm anxious to see how they handle Davies' speed this hockey game.
Is that your biggest key today for Legacy? Is physicality from an early standpoint here today?
I think so. I think managing their shifts. One thing that they have on their advantage in my mind is the TV timeouts, and when to get a little bit more from their first and second lines. And a lot of times you'd say, okay, is a team like that going to throw their third line out? Well, we're 2 minutes away from a TV timeout, so we can play our first or second line a couple more shifts a period with that that break 3 to 4 times in a period. I think that's one of the big advantages that they need to use, is being able to play the Butts line a little bit more with those built-in timeouts during the hockey game.
For me, Fargo Davies creating that time and space with that speed is a big X factor here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just talk about how deep they are, and not a lot of stars, but just three lines moving the puck north and getting the puck deep. And they're so well coached, and they use each other so well. I'm anxious to see how they can kind of combat that physicality from Legacy, and how they'll kind of move around Legacy, trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Time to salute our country, Dave. We're going to keep it live inside the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Let's go down to the ice for tonight's night session national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. You bet. Fantastic rendition of our nation's national anthem. Time for today's starting lineups. They're presented by our friends at Hub International Insurance. Hub International Insurance, located in Bismarck, taking care of all of Western North Dakota. The largest North American insurance brokerage. It's Hub International Insurance. Contact Michael Borman or Josh Cattell today at 355-3100. Well, let's start here with the visiting Davies Eagles. They go with Blake Wimkup. The junior D-man starts on the back end with Jack Bollinger. Garrett Winsham, the junior forward, starts up front with Joby Fryer, and Talon Seekerson starts up front. Gavin Erickson's got the call and goal. Erickson sits on a record of 9-7-2 with a 91.5 save percentage and a 2.26 goals against average. On the other side, he goes against Tyler Miller. All-West Region selection, 1.73 goals against average and a 9.23 save percentage. He's got the call of the blue paint. The All-West Region player, Jamison Johnson, the sophomore D-man, starts on the point with Elliot Hoon. Luke Vasey with Drew Beasley and Marcus Butts, a pair of All-West Region forwards, start up front for the Legacy Sabres. Nick Holberg, Dave Wilson on the call from the Ralph Engelstad Arena. On a Thursday night, nowhere else on planet Earth I'd rather be right now than up here on the high level of the press box here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. However, Dave, I have to tell you, I am scared of heights.
we are up here, Nick. I've actually never been up this high. I've been in the lower level of press box. I don't know if I've ever been up this high watching a hockey game.
Well, I tell you what, you're in for a treat. Just don't look too far over that edge. You start to lose your stomach just a bit. Davies is in there. Cardinal red, crimson, if you will. They've got Vegas gold trim. Legacy's in white. The Eagles will move from the left to the right. It's the Sabres from the right to the left with Tyler Miller in the blue paint to our right side. Over on the left side, down to our left is Gavin Erickson. Officials for today's game, by the way, Eric Gillix, along with Minus Jordan Kelly and Eric Steele. And the other one that's reffing today, Justin Anderson. Underway from the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Puck's going to be taken and sent down into the Davies Eagles zone. Out of the net to play, and Gavin Erickson out after it. Dropped it aside there. Some space now for the Eagles. They push up to center with the loft pass. Bounces down into Legacy territory. They've got it here on the near wing. They go up to center where it's moved off ahead. Went away from Easton moves, but now it's the Eagles with possession. In all East sweep so far here today. The East region outscoring the West 9-0 in the first two games, 7 of which came from Red River over Jamestown earlier on in the first game of this tournament. Puck's down to the corner, chasing it after it. Southers down there here for the Sabres underneath the goal. Pushed away here to the near side. Jack Bollinger, even from, I don't know how many feet that would be away. Quite a few. Is a giant down there for Davies. The big boy now, it's pushed ahead forward. Lead pass was ahead, but it was taken by Martell. He intercepted it, pushed it back into the offensive zone. Moose had it just for a moment. Now it's shuffled away here by the Eagles. They push away to the near side wing, and that puck goes up and out of play. 15:34 to play in the opening period. Nobody on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
And I think what we've seen early is exactly what we're going to see from the Legacy Sabres. They're just going to take away the middle of the ice. If Davies is going to manage anything, they're going to have to get over the red line and get anything deep. You're not going to see a lot of cross ice passes in the neutral zone because the teams just aren't going to allow it. Early Davies is trying some wide things and win zone entries, and you can tell very early in this game that Mario Lamoureux and the Legacy staff said, no, that's not going to happen. We don't want to get in a skating game with this team.
Legacy's probably all right with a few icings here today as well, I'd have to assume. Puck's taken and pushed out to center. It's going to roll all the way back into Legacy territory. Back on the retrieve. This is Sam Stanton, but the icing is charged here on the Davies Eagles. That icing brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. Factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. Face off in the circle on the glove side of the Davies goaltender, Gavin Erickson. What's that like going from having a goaltender that's an all-state player to a steady Eddie back there to having a kid that hasn't started for a while? You're on the coaching staff of West Fargo Cheyenne. You know what that game's like. It certainly is a difference maker, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And, a credit to Gavin Erickson with the type of season he had, because one of the things that our goaltenders kind of joke about is, the shoes that you have to fill, and it's like, well, I hope you enjoy filling my size 20 shoes next year is what our senior tells the juniors, and it's all in good fun. They're all good kids, but it's quite the all state, all EDC selection that you're stepping in for him, and he's done a great job to get the Eagles back to the state tournament.
Face-off will be on Tyler Miller's blocker side as the puck was sent up and on a play by the Legacy Sabres. Comes away down to the Eagles. They've got possession here. They drifted down underneath the net. One-timer sent out front, missed on the glove side of Miller. Tied up down and deep now. Eagles in on the forecheck. Legacy and Beasley on the near side wing have it pinned up at the half wall. It's free down to Marcus Butts. And Butts with a backhand sends it up to center. Lead pass for Vasey. There's the first big contact of the game. Two players come together on the far wall. Legacy pushed it deep into the offensive zone, but it's pushed right back out by the Eagles, where back on the retrieve is Vasey now to move it over to the far side wing. Dump and chase here for Legacy Sabres. They're going to have to wait to touch up on the onside call coming here in just a moment. Meanwhile, Eagles are back to center with it. They carry in. Now Garrett Winship takes it down into the corner, spins it on the half wall, back up to the point. Taken here, whistled in. That one tipped out in front, went over the head of Miller. Taken away on the far side wing, bumped ahead forward. Eagles have it, center slot. Here's a drive into the catching mitt and hanging on to it. Tyler Miller makes his first save of the game on the first shot with 13:44 to play in a scoreless first period.
And you can see here kind of what Davies' game plan is what they talked about all week long in practice. And that's really, pucks from low to high. And, Legacy's probably going to pack it in quite a bit. And so to kind of counter that, you'll see Davies try to use their defensemen and maybe move their defensemen in when they're grinding and low, try to maybe get some scissor cycles involved with them to try to create some offense. When a team packs it in, really tough to get pucks to the nets, and so far Legacy's doing a great job of that to counteract what Davies is trying to do.
Back in his own defensive end, Martell moved it away, sent it away to the far wing. Eagles trying to push it back down into the zone. They do. Martell's got it here back behind the Legacy net, bumped it off to his partner. Got past him, however, that was Hager. And the puck's going to be freed down to the Eagles, down at the bottom of the circle on the blocker side of Miller. Puck comes back away here now to Souther. He tries to escape the zone. Eagles all over the Legacy Sabres early on. Here's a one-time attempt out front. Martell interrupted that party, but it's going to be held at the point here by the Eagles, who have sustained pressure now, as the Sabres will send it to the other end of the ice. And an icing charged here with 12:50 to play in a scoreless first period.
And one thing we didn't really talk about, Nick, in the pregame that was becoming a factor at the end of the Minot and Cheyenne game is the ice quality. I mean, we can kind of see right here from high up in the sky, but there's some ruts in the ice, and the puck is hopping a little bit. It's warm down at ice level, and honestly that's advantage Legacy. They'll be happy with a surface that's a little bit slower when they're playing against a team that can skate like Davies.
Puck's up to center now for the Davies Eagles. They move ahead. Comes away to the D-man, Sam Stanton. He sent that one up 3 rows into the seats. Souvenir finds a fan at the Ralph, and we'll have a stop of the play with 12:33 to play in the scoreless first period. Well, I've been impressed with the Legacy Sabres on the season. They finished second at the end of the regular season to the Minot High Magicians. They split with them on the year. Minot won the West Region crown. You look at what Legacy has done on their way to the tournament. They've gone 9-1 in their last 10, Dave, and a team that in those last 10 has scored 40 goals. They've only given up 14. That one got by Miller, loose on the side of the net, sent just wide of the cage. Legacy dodges a bullet there as the puck comes free, and it's going to be pushed up to center ice now, where Legacy escapes the zone with it, but it's the Eagles that have real estate back again. Back in his own defensive end. Here for Davies, it's going to be worked across, back away there from Yeager. At center, taken by Jamison Johnson. He'll dump it down into the Eagles zone. And back come the Eagles back up to center. They move it off ahead, but it's intercepted there. Beasley gloved it, dropped it down, sent it in behind the net of the netminder Erickson. Puck comes back away, all the way down into Legacy territory. And the Eagles with an icing here with 11:48 to play in a scoreless first period.
And really a great chance for Davies down low in Legacy's end. There's a puck we're watching the replay, trickles right behind Miller, and then it's kind of a free-for-all. Miller kind of loses the puck, loses his net a little bit. Before that, Mario Lamoureux threw out his second line for that face-off when he's been having the Butts line take most of his in-zone draws. So maybe that's something that you're going to see more. Any zone draw inside of his zone, he might have to stay with the Butts line and to prevent Davies from getting anything going offensively.
Back in his own end, this is Braxton Hanger to pick it up here. Moves it up, trying to clear his own end, but now it's the Eagles that bring it back in. 3-on-1. Shot just missed wide on the far side. That one sent to head forward. Puck's going to be taken up at the blue line, and now out of the zone it came. Bullinger's just going to dump it back in, and the dump and chase is on here for Davies. Here come the Sabres to center. Drew Beasley's with it. Beasley carries it forward. He's got a man with him. That's Vasey. Beasley's underneath the net. Pinned in down and deep. Taking the puck from Beasley was Wimpcombe. Comes away to the far side. Bullinger up to center. Onto the tape. It came there for Albrecht. He walks in. He'll turn and fire. Miller down. Makes his third save of the game. And the shots are 3-0. Eagles early on. 10:52 to play in a scoreless first period.
And that's a play that Legacy's fine with. As we talk about a lot with our staff, 2-on-2 plays are the most common plays with zone entries in hockey. And, giving a goaltender like Miller a chance to see that puck and, most importantly, gobbling up the rebound and not allow Davies to have any zone time and to get a fresh unit on the ice for them. Very, very key to this hockey game.
It's one thing I've been impressed with Miller in his career at Legacy. Doesn't give up a whole lot of rebounds. Coming out of that blue paint, he stood tall so far. Sabres looking for their first shot on goal as the Eagles have possession down in their own end. Now they start the rush on the far wing to the near. That puck goes out the skates there of DuBois. Comes back away to the near side. Pushed up to center ice again. Sabres have possession here. And across the neutral ice zone from Souther. It goes to the far wing where the D-man Johnson has it. Now Johnson's going to have to go back and retrieve. He's got some help coming here from Elliot Hoon. Hoon took it back behind his own net. He's hounded by two Eagles on the near side. Puck's up to center. Here's a rush for Legacy. They skate down, but Bollinger took it there. Bollinger spins it away on the near wing. Taken here by Butts. He's got a clear look. He's going to walk. Fired. Bollinger got the stick in the way. How about that defensive play?
And that's what we talked about earlier in the game. I am just so impressed with, just how he is able to just thwart offensive chances. And here's a chance for Davies going the other way.
Shot comes in on Miller. That was a far-range shot coming from Sekerson. And down to the pillows, making the stop here with 9:39 left in the opening period. Scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Got to stop in the play. We've got to stop in the arena as well. Immediate timeout. We'll take one also. Nobody's on the board yet. Shots are 4-0. Davies on top of Legacy. But nobody's cracked the ice in this quarterfinal matchup.
Right Bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
.39 left in the opening period. Scoreless from the Ralph Engelstedt Arena. Nick Holberg alongside of our good friend, Mr. Dave Wilson, one of the assistant coaches of West Fargo Cheyenne, a former West Region All-Tournament selection, All-West Region player as well. Mr. Dave Wilson. Got to give you the All-State credit, too. You got to get that in once in a while, don't you?
Well, yeah. 20 years ago, so if we don't talk about it, nobody will talk about it.
That's exactly the problem. Puck comes away on the far side. Think about 20 years ago. That's quite a while. Think about the amount of state title games this Ralph Engelstedt Arena has seen. Then you think about some of the ones that the old Ralph used to see and some of the stories. I mean, it's just fantastic, some of the memories I have from coming to this state tournament since I was 7 years old. That was 30 years ago, Dave. Into the offensive zone it comes now for the Eagles. They skate it down, back away to the near side. Soon down in front, nobody home for Davies. Puck comes back away now for Butts at center. That puck got away from him, and it's picked up here by Fryer. And Joby Fryer will take it. He turns the motor on. Fryer's going to get it back as he knocked it down on the clear attempt. Sent in front. Nobody home there for the Eagles. They go back up to center to retrieve with Jake Nelson. Puck sent in on Miller. Stick save. 5th of the game for Miller. Comes down into the corner. And underneath the net now, it's the Eagles with possession on Gretzky's office. Sent down in front, nobody home. Back at the point for Davies. Taken here by Nelson. Taken away by Beasley. Make that Butts rather. He'll take it and fire it down. Out front it comes. Center slot. Nobody there. Mitchell trying to pull the trigger. Bounced over his tape. Now an odd angle shot. Just missed there from Isaac Lewis. Lewis sent it wide. Puck comes back free. Up to the point. That one hopped over the tape of the D-man. The rush is on for the Eagles. Back the other direction. Speedwack into the zone. Back underneath the net now. Taken here. Bumped free on the near side by Legacy. Up to Gavin Mitchell. Out to center it comes. The D-man Braxton Hager has it. He moved it on forward, but it's taken here by Davies again. They regroup back in their own territory. It's bumped off the near wing. DuBois sends it back up. Gage Martell takes it there. Martell moved it off ahead. Touched by the Legacy Sabres. So icing's waved off, but the puck lays beneath the Davies net. Up to center we go now. Here come the Eagles into the offensive zone. They've got the rush. Taking it down to the corner, working out from behind the net. Near side wing. Here's a shot on goal. That one fired in from work. Stop was made Millard. Puck's away on the far side. Tied up here, comes back away. Martell sends it up off the glass. Bouncer comes up to the far side wing, but a hand pass will be called. 7:26 to play in the first period. Scoreless game on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Sorry, partner.
No, I'm glad I just don't step on your toes more, Nick. We went quite a ways there without a whistle, but honestly, kind of, they're getting outshot 5-0, kind of what they expected. But things are okay right now for the Eagles. I mean, the second line was out there. They got a face-off in Davies' zone and just created a great chance off that face-off now.
Scramble out front and falling on top of it. Gavin Erickson comes up with the save as the top unit out here for the Legacy Sabres. And when they are on the ice, you need to be careful because they will bury on you. You look at their top producer, Marcus Butts, the junior, 43 points for him on the season. Not far behind Drew Beasley with 37. Underneath the net now. It's going to be pushed away to the near side. Eagles have possession. They try to carry it ahead forward. Butts almost had a stick on it. Beasley regathers back in his own territory. Sent it to the D-man. Hoon comes back away to the far side for Johnson. His pass is forward into the zone on the 3-on-3 drill. Come the Sabres. Taken there by the Eagles. They've got it here with Yeager. And Yeager moved it back away to the near side. Pushed up to center. Offensive zone now for Davies. They're in with it. Here's a drive into the catching mitt. Miller had that one all the way. Caught it with 6:43 left in the first. Nobody on the board yet, and Miller continues to stand tall here for the Legacy Sabres.
Right, and there's a situation, kind of a broken 3-on-2 going into the zone, and Miller does a great job kind of sensing danger. That puck's going to go wide of the net, but, good goaltenders know when to take the air out of the balloon, and getting a whistle there and getting some fresh legs on the ice, really important for them.
Off the draw, quick shot came in. That one registered from Luke Lorenz, looking for his 23rd point of the year. Legacy sends it to the other end of the ice, and now in after it, down in deep. This is Josiah Will, 20 points for him on the year. He had a good WDA hockey tournament. Puck comes back away underneath the net. Bollinger's got it here. Big Jack has it. Jack moves it away to the near side, pushed off ahead. Here come the Eagles up to center. No look pass connected there. 2-on-2 down into the Legacy zone. Back in behind the net. It's out of the cage, pushed from the near to the far side from Luke Lorenz. Taken here by the Sabres. They're going to go back up to center. And they skated out of the zone here where it came to Easton Moose, who delivered off ahead. But the Eagles have real estate as the Sabres went for a change. Puck comes back away now. Here for the Eagles, they fire it in on Miller. Glove save there as that one sent in from center off of Luke Lorenz. Legacy feeling pressure now with the one-man aggressive on the forecheck from Davies. Out to center, the puck came, but it's freed here. DuBois moved it back, and then the deep play catch with it. They skated off ahead now. DuBois got it again on angle, fired, save, rebound, loose in front, sent wide. Big save, Miller, juicy rebound out front. Nowhere for him to put it. And underneath the net now, DuBois got it again. Du Bois sends it underneath the goal line. He's got it here from back behind the net, sent it over to the far side, bottom of the circle, 5-on-5, but the Eagles have possession here like they're on the power play. They send it down to the near side corner, tucked off ahead, 5:09 to play in the first period. Scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, and first power play of the game will come for the Davies Eagles as Butts is going to go to the box on a 2-minute interference call, and we get our first look at a power play here in this quarterfinal matchup for the Davies Eagles, and you don't want to be shorthanded against the teams from the East.
No, and one thing that Davies, during the EDC tournament, I know they really struggled with their power play, so I'm kind of anxious to see if they can get it turned around. Just to play behind the net there where Butts and an Eagle are skating for the puck, he kind of leans on him a little bit. The guy goes down right in front of the official, and sometimes you say let him play, but really an easy interference call there. And so now you have your best face-off guy sitting in the box for Legacy, and we're in a TV timeout, so Coach Metcalf can probably draw something up off the draw for the Eagles.
Nate Metcalf, in year number 4 for Davies, took his Eagles all the way to the state tournament last year, took them all the way into the semifinals, and then propelled them into the state championship game where they lost to Red River. And what was a dogfight. We had the call of that one on the PSP network. Red River came out of there with a state championship. Does Davies have what it takes again this year to get back to the big dance? They're going to have to go through Legacy and then Century or Fargo South Shanley, and South Shanley seems to be a buzzsaw as well.
Yeah, and during the year, this Davies Eagles team knocked off Fargo South Shanley. So, like we said, with them playing with Red River and being able to handle a really, really good Fargo South Shanley team. I mean, really, this side of the bracket's kind of anyone's game. I mean, there's a favorite in the other side of the bracket, but I think this side of the bracket, there's 3 or 4 teams that can get there.
ServPro power play on the ice for the Davies Eagles. ServPro 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians. It's ServPro. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. ServPro brings you the power play here for the Eagles, but it's the Legacy Sabres shorthanded the push out to center. Puck comes back up to the neutralized zone now with the Eagles with possession. Into the zone they come with it. Joby Fryer whistled for the offside. Leading point getter for Davies. He's got some words there for Elliot Hood. Conversation continuing there as the boys will be boys, and the feeling out process officially over here with 4:35 to play in the first.
And if there's anything, when you play Fargo Davies, you're going to play a good, hard team, but you're also going to play a team that likes to chirp a little bit. And some of the best ones that I did here this year on the bench were from the Davies Eagles. But like you said, boys will be boys, and that's a big part about hockey is the chirping.
Puck's out in front. Fanning on the opportunity. The one-timer from Grant Matter missed. Puck comes back away now here to the near side. Puck's going to be dumped back in behind the net here of the Eagles goaltender. He was out of the net to play it. Erickson left it back in behind. One man aggressive here on the kill. That's Isaac Lewis here for Legacy. Down to 4 minutes and 3 seconds in the first. 59 seconds of ServPro power play time. Don't let me forget to tell you about the best chirp I've ever heard coming at a referee. And it's from Larry McFall way back when he was reffing in his days. It's one of the funniest things you'll hear. Puck comes back away down to Jack Bollinger here on the near side. I'm sure you can only imagine, Dave.
Oh, with Larry, I can only imagine.
37 seconds of ServPro power play time here for the Eagles. Only one power play in the last game, and it came for the Magi. They went 0 for 1 on the man advantage in the 2-0 loss to Cheyenne just a few moments ago. Puck's handled here by the Eagles. They set up shop. 23 seconds of ServPro power play time. Work back up to the point, dropped off. Jack Bollinger, top of the circle, fed it across the slot over to Windjam. He's hounded down in deep. Good coverage here from Carter Johnson, who's got it pinned up underneath the Legacy net. Now it's going to be free to Jamison Johnson. Official got in the way over there on the far side. Puck's free down and deep now for Blake Wimcomb. Sends it here to the near wing, and the Sabres are 1 for 1 on the kill, as the power play didn't execute very well there for Davies, and then it's iced down with under 3 to play in the opening period, still scoreless.
And really a great job there by Legacy on the penalty kill. Just one thing I noticed right away with them is they're going to attack any mishandles or bouncing pucks, and they're coached so well. The puck is on the wall, and Jamison Johnson does a great job when he sees just for that split second that the Davies player can't handle the puck. He jumps on it, takes away the gap, and before you know it, they're getting the puck down the ice and killing the penalty off.
Puck's taken now here to the near side. From the D zone up to the forward. position here for the Sabres, taken down by the Eagles as they scrum for it right in front of the Legacy bench. Puck comes down underneath the net of Tyler Miller. Puck's going to be freed on the far side. Take it underneath the net, bounce back ahead up to the line here where it's fired in. That one just wide of Miller on the blocker side. Look outside of the cage. Loose in the blue paint. Still loose there. Then it's going to be set free here by the Sabres, but the Eagles are buzzing. Now Beasley's got it, and Beasley carries up into the offensive zone as a man with him. Beasley backdoor. Oh, one-timer for Vasey. He just missed. Opportunity was there, and he sent that one just up and wide. Butts has it back now, and Butts will carry in. Butts makes a fancy move. Another, he's going to walk. He'll fire. He scores. Top shelf for Marcus Butts on the third shot of the hockey game, and the Sabres lead 1-0.
Well, and like you said, Nick, as advertised, just a really nice play by Butts. Walking, gets through two defensemen and, right underneath the crossbar. Erickson had good depth there on the top of the crease for Fargo. Davies, and Butts does what all really good goal scorers do, is when they get their chance, they bury it. And, what went from a 2-on-1 over the net just, moments before, Butts takes things kind of into his own hands and gets through the Davies defenseman and makes it a 1-0 Legacy lead.
Legacy on top by a score of 1-0 right at the 15-minute mark. And it's Marcus Butts that scores again. That's number 44 on the year for him. Goal number 22 in his junior season. Dave, let's listen in.
That's Butts' unassisted goal for the Sabres. Goal time, 15 minutes.
Shot came in on the goaltender Miller. He made the save. He'll hang on to it with 1:37 left here in the first. Shots are 9-3 in favor of the Davies Eagles, but they trail 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Right, and you saw that Davies was kind of starting to dig in a little bit on Legacy, and once the Sabres got out of their zone a little bit, they showed a little bit of go with some speed in the neutral zone, creating an odd man rush and then getting to the net and getting the lead early.
Puck's underneath the net now, worked away here to the near side, pushed off underneath to the half wall, sent down in front, don't hit a skate, went into the net, and the Eagles have scored. Fluky one out in front as Luke Lorenz got a stick on it. Or was it a skate? It's into the net. Will there be a challenge on this play?
From up here, and remember, we're a long way away, it looked like he was kind of standing at the edge of the crease. I don't know if there was a kicking motion or not. Mario Lamoureux wants an exclamation here point. Toes at the top of the crease here. Foot is turning. Oh, no, it looks like it might have went off as maybe his inside leg. I don't know. The refs, they're talking about it right now, Nick. There is review at the state tournament, so this may be a good time to go and take a peek.
Was that off of the Legacy player, or did it go off of the D-man number 5, Braxton Hager, here for Legacy? We're going to find out. They're going to show it again. Here's a look from up top, Dave. No, they're not going to show the replay inside the Ralph, just to save the refs any extra heat coming here.
Yeah, and they are going to go take a look at it. And in a state tournament, that's the right call. I mean, just take some time. These games are too close for you to let one go that could have been illegally put into the net. So take the time, take a look, and see if it was a good goal or not.
Shot came from the glove side of Miller over towards his blocker side. Luke Lorenz was the one that celebrated the goal, but did it go off a skate illegally is the question now inside of the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Wouldn't be a state tournament without a little drama in the first period, would it?
Right, absolutely. And then, it goes to the age-old saying too. No shot is a bad shot. I mean, any puck to the net, and a goaltender like Miller, if he sees it, he's going to stop it unless it gets redirected a foot to his right and into his net. That's those opportunities that you get by just getting the puck to the net. So a good response shift for Davies there. If this does count, maybe a bit of a gamble by Mario Lamoureux putting his third line on the ice there after a goal.
1-0 Legacy on top. They come out, they're going to signal the goal is good. And now we're tied at 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Late in the first period, 1:19 left here in this opening frame. I don't know if there's a whole lot to argue on that one with the official review.
Yeah, no, from the view that we got, and we only saw one replay, it didn't look like a kicking motion whatsoever. So somehow that puck had some eyes and went off him and into the net.
1-1. Well, the plot thickens early on in the first 17-minute stanza. We're down to a final minute 5 to play here in this opening period. Puck sent in behind Miller. Got past him. Here comes the 1-minute call. Oh, just a few seconds off.
We're in the last minute of play of the period.
There we got it.
Finally, about 10 seconds late.
We appreciate it anyway. Let's listen into the goal.
That's Wimpkin unassisted goal. Goal time 15:41.
Oh, they're actually going to say blank Wimpkin on the goal. 7 instead of 12. My apologies.
Yeah, well, Nick, Lorenz celebrated like he had that goal, so I don't know if they saw something else that they decided to give it to Wimpkin for throwing it on net.
Puck comes back away now here on the near side wing. D-zone for the Eagles. Bollinger moved it ahead. Now up to center we go. Final 18 seconds. All right, kids, cut him down. Here's a drive in on Miller. He goes down. He'll hang on to it. Over on the blocker side, caught it with the catching mitt. We'll have an offensive zone faceoff coming for the Eagles. Right to the right to the goaltender, Tyler Miller. 14.5 seconds to play opening period. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Off the draw. Puck's taken here by Legacy. They try to push it out of the zone. Can't quite do so. Martell's in after it. Has some help. They're just going to freeze it on the wall here. Tied up on the far side wing. Puck comes away to the Eagles. They fire a shot on. Comes away now to the near side. And we are through 17 minutes in the opening period today here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Legacy struck for first blood. Within a minute and a half later, the Eagles tied it up on kind of a fluky one that went off a skate. Nevertheless, it's 1-1 at the end of one period played. Stick around. Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report comes up next.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, And the key to making it all work? Commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
I wasn't really thinking about the shots, honestly. It's just the shots came to me. Derek and Eric especially had some great drives, which led to some great kicks. Shout out to them. It feels good.
For you to come out here from a defensive effort against Eagle staff, you're way smaller than him. Obviously, how did you get yourself pumped up for that?
Well, Coach has a thing that says height doesn't measure heart, and I strongly believe in that. I got the heart, and it doesn't matter if I got the height or not.
That line, good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great job. I don't have the height, but I got the heart. That was a pretty cool sign right there by Jagger Gunville. Back up to you guys.
Yes, and now
North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament coverage on the PSP Network brought to you today by our friends at Bullet Transmission. They power the Tyler Hagen photography photos that you'll see on our social media platforms. Bullet Transmission of Minot, North Dakota, locally owned and operated since 2015. Bullet Transmission is your one-stop shop for transfer case, differential, and transmission repairs. Give Rob a call today at 852-7728, and you'll be back on the road in no time. Bullet Transmission, powering the Tyler Hagen photography photos here on the social media platforms for the PSP Network. Nick Holbert, Dave Wilson on the call. We're one period in to this show, number 3 of 4 today. And it's 1-1 at the end of one period played. We'll bring in Dave Wilson for his analysis on that first. Is it what you expected in the first period of play?
Yeah, I think so. I think Davies was going to play with the puck a little bit more than Legacy was. I thought that, there were some times where Davies maybe got a little bit sloppy in the neutral zone that let Legacy kind of bring the puck up at ice and create some chances there. I think for Legacy that you're fine with that period. You're going to get outshot. You know that they're going to have the puck, and honestly, a kind of a fluke bounce makes it a 1-1 game after your best player got you an early lead. But if I'm Mario Lammer in the locker room, I'm saying, hey guys, we're okay. Let's dig in. Let's get it to the third period. Tied. Maybe we get one, we get a lead, but let's have it. Let's have it. Get into the third period with a tight hockey game. Guys grip the sticks a little bit more, and if it gets into that third period where it's a one-shot game either way, stranger things have happened at the state tournament.
Your first look live at Marcus Butts here this year. Your thoughts on number 25 in white tonight?
Well, he reminds me a lot of his older brother Lucas, who played for Bismarck High and was quite the football player. I know he played for Minot State for a little bit after he was a really good running back for the Bismarck High Demons. That was before, I believe, Legacy was even around. But just those Butts kids, just really good athlete. Like I said, older brother Lucas, and he's got an older sister that's was a pretty good hockey player as well. I believe his dad played for Minot High years ago when Minot was kind of an early program for high school hockey. But great players making great plays, and getting through 2 Eagles defensemen, and putting the puck underneath what's been a pretty good goaltender for the Davies Eagles is pretty big for his hockey team.
Without a doubt. Time for the first period numbers tonight, delivered by our friends at Jersey Mike's Subs. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Try them on North Broadway in the Magic City. Jersey Mike's Subs brings you the Player of the Week this week on the PSP Network, and every week. Voting will come to an end at the end of this week. Tyler Miller actually up for that award on the PSP Network this week. Go to the social media platforms for PSP Network and vote for this week's Player of the Week, brought to you by Jersey Mike's Subs. Let's start here with the goal scoring in the period. Marcus Butts, even strength at 15 minutes on the dot. Got a goal, and that was number, how many of the year? 22 for Marcus Butts, point number 44 on the season for the All-West Region selection. Then it was Blake Wimkup that scored 41 seconds later. Even strength goal that went off of a skate and into the net. And Wimkup picks up goal number 2 on the year. Blake Wimkup, that is. Doesn't matter how they're scored, just matters how many. And number 2 is a big one, point number 6 for him. And we're tied at the end of one period played. Shots in the opening period, 11-3, favoring the Davies Eagles. Scoring chances, 3-2 on the quality scoring chances scale. That's not bad for Legacy. Only 3 shots on goal. They had 2 quality chances. 3 quality chances out of the 11 shots fired from Davies. Face-off category always big, and Legacy wins that here in the first period, 10-9 at the end of one period of play. There's a look at the numbers presented by Jersey Mike's Subs. Vote for this week's Player of the Week, brought to you by Jersey Mike's on the PSP Network. If you're Mario Lamoureux right now, is there any major corrections that you look to make in the second period?
I would say if I was sitting down in that locker room, guys, maybe be a little bit tighter defensively. There was a couple times where Davies got open in space, just with not defensemen checking their mirrors and see what's behind them, and they did get a little bit lucky losing guys on some goal mouth scrambles. But hey, 1-to-1, I think the most important thing is just keep things positive. If anything, too, I'd say maybe play a little bit more physical. You saw them try to throw their body around a little bit, but I would say they could probably play more physical as the game goes on.
How about if you're Nate Metcalf, the head coach of Davies? Is there anything there that you see in that first period that needs to be corrected immediately?
I think for them, it's just continue to get the puck deep, get the puck below the goal line. I mean, the best way to beat a good goaltender is keep the puck around his feet, keep going low to high with plays. I mean, really, you're not going to score on a goaltender like Miller on rushes. He sees it coming in, he has time to set up and get his depth. He's going to make a save, but really when the puck's behind the goal line and it goes out to the dashes is where he's got to move a little bit, and that's where teams are going to have success against him, making him move from low to high and move laterally as well from post to post.
1-1 at the end of one period played. Legacy and Davies are all tied up. We'll come back with our second period starting in just a few moments. The opening face-off of the second period comes up next here on the PSP Network. PNC National Bank scoreboard once again. One's on the board here from the Ralph.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chubby Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Davies and Legacy back to the ice surface. We're just about set and ready for the second period of play here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Nick Holberg alongside of former North Dakota high school hockey standout Mr. Dave Wilson, current coach of West Fargo Cheyenne, joining me on the call. First things first, Dave, before the start of the second period, how great is the Ralph Engelstad Arena, really?
Oh, it just a fantastic facility. I mean, even, you know, one thing that a lot of people don't get to see is, you know, underneath the seats, and, you know, just the locker rooms are fantastic, and just the hospitality, and, you know, with the teams, and just the directions of all the individuals down there working so hard to keep things going. Really just, you know, just a great place to have the state hockey tournament. Maybe a little bit too big at times when you have you know, some of the West teams here playing each other, and but I guess just a cathedral for high school hockey, you could say.
Fantastic venue. Well, this is going to be a fun one. Second period's underway. Legacy from the left to the right, Davies from the right to the left. We are underway for the second. Legacy scored first, but 41 seconds later, Davies tied it up and won. Puck's in the offensive zone here for the Sabres. They take it down and deep. Butts has it underneath the net, sends it to Beasley, fires on. There's a stick save coming from the goaltender Erickson. Comes up to center ice now where Sabres have possession again. Hoon moves it off ahead. This one touched traffic, so icing's waved off as Erickson leaves it beside the net. 2 years of program history for the Legacy Sabres. That's going to be offsides on the Davies Eagles as the puck was touched by the forward number 6, Garen Wincham. Faceoff comes in the neutral ice zone. Only 2 years of program history for the Legacy Sabres. And boy, they have been impressive. They played in the West Region Championship game 2 years in a row. Trying to get into the semifinals for the first time. Look out, puck's turned over. Sent in from behind the net. Came right out in front to the goaltender, Miller. And it was fired just wide. That was a goofy carom off the end boards.
And something we noticed today in the Minot Cheyenne game is, boy, you know, the kick plate, you know, which is the yellow plate that goes over all the way around the rink on the bottom side of the boards, extremely active here at Ralph Engelstad Arena. And there's a play too where Miller was lucky to get out on his angle and take away some space and make a really big save off a kind of an unfortunate bounce for Legacy there.
Puck comes away to the near side, up at center. Eagles have possession. They dump it down. They give chase, but first picking it up here is Hager. Braxton Hager away to the near side, sent it free. Onto the tape it came for Braxton Wetzel up to center. But now it's the Eagles with possession again, and Seekerson will take it. He dumps it in, and the first one in after it here is Work, and Work goes underneath, sent it out front. Nobody home. Puck comes back away up at center ice. Beasley scrumming for it. Taken away on the far side, bouncing puck, wrangled, gathered now here by Legacy. Forward with it comes Mitzel. He sent it in, but here come the Eagles out to center. They launch it ahead. The 1D man back with Sam Stutton. He freed it there for a moment, and now it's the Sabres with possession as they cross over into offensive territory. Take it down into the corner. Spinning away is Isaac Lewis up on the near side wall. Sent it to the blue line. Nobody was there. And here come the Eagles into the offensive zone. But coming back on the retrieve is Sam Stanton again. He frees it on the near side. Goes cross ice. Here comes a one-on-one drill. Into the zone. Caleb Johnson takes it in. Fires save. Hanging on tight. Gavin Erickson was there. The opportunity came, however, from Caleb Johnson looking for his 4th point of the year.
Yeah, and really a nice stretch pass going into the zone for to lead Caleb Johnson. Gets on the edge, a left-handed shot coming in on that wing. Isn't able to get the puck under the bar, kind of like his buddy Butts there from the other side. But a good opportunity, a place where Davies maybe breaks down a little bit in the neutral zone, allowing that long stretch pass to get Legacy into the zone.
Eagles back into the offensive territory now. Who's back to retrieve? But it's picked up here now by the Eagles. Offensive territory, top of the circle, left side of your radio dial. If you're following along at home, looking from the left to the right, where the Legacy Sabres try to move from the left to the right. Taken here, and it's held in by the Eagles. It's down from Fryer. Fryer's got it tied up there. Now it's the Sabres back up to center. Directly over the center ice dot it comes, and it's going to be pushed into the zone here for Legacy on the offensive side. But the Eagles are right back out. Fancy stick handling there as Seekerson plays keep away. But then it's poke checked all the way down 200 feet the other direction. As back in after it. Underneath, this is Marcus Butts on the forecheck. It's freed. Shot came in. Stick save there from Erickson. Puck comes away to the half wall. Bottom of the circle it comes. We're down to 13:30 to play in the second period. It's a 1-1 game on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, and the Eagles will send it all the way down for an icing. Media timeout inside the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Dave, we'll do the same thing. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. This one's been a good one so far. First media timeout of our second period.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Back to the Ralph Engelstad Arena, 13-18 to play in the second period, tied up at 1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Eagles will dump it down into Sabre territory. They're in after it to their own end where they free it here for Joel Anderson. Anderson moved it ahead, comes up to Jack Bollinger up at the blue line. Now it's going to be picked up here by Butts. The Butts will go to work. Got it off down to Beasley. Soccered it to himself. Down to the corner. They go in after it. Puck's going to be taken here by the Eagles, but then Butts will just dump it right back into the corner as he got a stick on it. Puck's underneath the net now where it's going to be picked up and moved away to the near wing. Held in at the line. Nice play there coming from Joel Anderson. Taken down to the half wall. Here for Butts. Back up to the point. Anderson again. Sent that one wide over to the far side at the half boards. Up at the line. Taken here. Shuffled back in behind the net around to the near side wing. And at the half boards it comes up to the line where it's going to be held. Fired, delivered, down and low it comes. Hit traffic there. And now it's the Eagles that push up to center. Defensively in the stick-on puck game here today for both sides, Dave. We'll have an icing coming here. They really have dialed it in. This has been one of those games that maybe not the most entertaining as far as the up and down the ice type of play, because all the stuff through the middle and just the defensive coverage, only 17 shots so far, just about halfway through this one.
Absolutely, and like we were talking during the commercial break there, I mean, Mario Lamoureux was completely fine with that, letting the game, you know, we talk about taking the air out of the balloon again, you know, just he's completely fine with that, you know, slowing the game down, stick on puck, chipping off the walls, getting it to the red line and getting it in, and making the Eagles go 200 feet. And the same can be said for the Eagles, you know, when they do possess it, if they are going to turn it over, then making Legacy have to go 200 feet the other way.
Puck comes away here now for the Sabres. They dump it in from center. In on the attack here for the Sabres is Strider McMahon down it deep, but it's freed on the near side where it's going to be taken up the wall now by Grant Matter. He pushes up to center, and now it's Elliot Hood that has it back in the neutralized territory. Hood goes back to Butts. Now it comes away to Beasley, only for a moment. Intercepted there, and it's the Eagles that have possession. Back away, Ashton Yeager moved it free to the near side. Dump and chase here for Davies back behind Miller's net. It comes where it's going to be scrum for. It's a 3-for-1 scrum. Legacy have the numbers. Now they've got possession. They go back away to the far side. Bullinger trying to send it in deep, but it's the Sabres that push out. Now it comes all the way back down to Seekerson. He moves it forward, 2-on-1 drill, back the other way now for the Eagles. Here's a high riser. Just missed the net on the glove side. That opportunity was there, but missing was Garen Windham, who's got the game's lone goal here for the Davies Eagles. The lone goal for the Eagles, I should say. It's 1-1, by the way, on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Puck comes free now here for Davies again. They try to rush up towards center. Puck's free now into the offensive zone. Whitcomb's going to take it down. There's going to be another penalty coming here on Legacy. They touch up again, and this time it's Josiah Will, the captain, or one of the captains of Legacy, that's going to go into the box. It's going to be a hooking call, I believe, or a holding call, interference. Not sure what it will be here.
Looks like a holding call, Nick, and really, you know, kind of these last two shifts here, Davies has kind of gotten the edge a little bit with some rushes created by breaking through the structure of Legacy's neutral zone, and that's just a play where, you know, kind of a turnover created by Windham in the neutral zone, gets along the edge there, and really, you know, kind of a 50-50 play whether, you know, the defenseman that needs to take him down or not, but, you know, they live to fight another day, and hopefully for them they can get a good penalty kill.
Puck comes away on the near side wing. Davies has possession. They push over to the far side. Offensive zone. The Serpro power play is out here for the Davies Eagles. Davies on the season again has scored 89 goals coming into the tournament. They've got 90 now, and their Serpro power play looks for number 91. Trying to send it out of the zone, but it's going to be held in here. High stick will be the call on the defenseman at the blue line. Good hand-eye coordination. But unfortunately for him, it was above the crossbar, so it will be a high stick call on Joby Fryer. Sorry, make it 18 rather. That's Grant Banner.
And really not a lot of movement and a whole lot of structure with Davies' power play right now. And I mentioned they struggled a little bit during the EDC tournament with that as well. And, you know, just not a lot of moving pieces that are coming really together as, you know, they're not doing a really good job of kind of coming up to create an odd man advantage there, creating the 2-on-1 with the power play of getting the puck really to Miller.
Puck comes back to Beasley. It's taken at center. Fired forward. Goes off Beasley, but then it's taken and sent all the way down by Butts. So the Serpro power play for the Eagles, their second to the game that they're 0-for-1 on here tonight, is down to 1:07. Dumped in from center and out to play it. Back behind the net, Gavin Erickson. Left it back there for Seekerson. Moves it free up to center now, where it's going to be handled by Matter. move free. A lot of neutralized stick handling here by the Davies Eagles. Frees some space here, and it's hammered by Johnson all the way to the other end of the ice surface. You're going to like the legacy kill if you're Mario Lamoureux right now.
Yeah, and you can just see Davies kind of wants to hit a home run here with their power play breakout, and that's just not going to happen through middle ice on the Legacy Sabres. You know, long passes on a power play breakout. Yeah, they're kind of sexy, but a lot of the time it's really tough to get through the structure when a team is already sitting back, kind of waiting for it to come.
Puck's intercepted, shorthanded opportunity. Easton moves is in. He'll turn and fire. Sent it off the blocker. The save was made from Eriksson. Bollinger back behind his own net. 7 seconds remain of Serpro power play time as the puck comes back up into the neutral ice territory. Jack Bollinger, the D-man, has it here. Sends it across the zone where it came away down to Fryer, who skated in over the blue line. It comes down into the near side corner. Puck is free underneath the net now. Sent out front, loose in the slot. Taken here. Back to 5-on-5 we are now as it's taken here by Easton Moose. He's going to dump it down into the corner on the glove side of the goaltender Eriksson. And the Eagles will go to work now, skating 5-on-5 as they bring it up to center here with Joby Fryer, who dances in. Fryer fires it in. Save from Miller. Miller's 13th save of the hockey game. Comes away down to Martel. The D-man spins it down into the near side corner. Back underneath the net it came where Bunce picks it up. And Marcus Bunce has the motor on. Top producer in the West region carries forward up into the offensive zone. It's on the near side. Butts goes down. Delay call coming, and here comes the Serpro power play for the Legacy Sabres, and their first one of this game as Du Bois is going to end up in the sin bin here, Dave. And the media timeout comes at the prime time for Mario Lamoureux and his group.
Yeah, and really just to play kind of a loose stick there from Du Bois. You know, trying to take away the space there of a good player like Marcus Butts there near the blue line. We've seen the Davies power play twice and not get a whole lot of production, and now we have a chance to see what Legacy can do with a man up.
With Legacy having the Serpro power play, by the way, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians. Serpro, located in Monet and Bismarck. What's their biggest key here against a Davies team and their penalty kill that has so much speed?
You know, really, I think just, you know, maintaining possession and getting set up. You know, I'm going to venture to say that they're going to try to probably spread them out a little bit to create space. You know, when we played Davies, we tried a couple different looks to try to, you know, kind of mess with their spacing a little bit. But honestly, here, I would say getting the puck to a kid like Butts here in some space off the wall, an overload look, or maybe even an umbrella, just to try to get Davies penalty killers spread out a little bit so they can't use that speed to attack pucks.
1-1 after one here tonight. We're halfway through the game now with 7:48 remaining here in the second. And it's about showtime, or at least halfway through this contest. It's showtime down for the first time for the Legacy power play, and it's Bunce that wins the drawback. Got it over to Beasley, then Martel. Taken off the near wall. Held in at the line by Martel. He's hounded there. Still scrumming for it. Puck's tied up in a 2-for-2 battle. Bunce is going to come out with it. And now it's Martel that has to regather back at center. Martel spins it over to the far side. Back to Johnson, then Martel again. Skating backwards into his own end. Frees it down for Bunce, and his motor's on. Bunce is into the zone on the Serpro power play. Takes it near side. Underneath the net it comes, and away to the far wing. Fired all the way out to center again. Knocked down at the center ice zone here by Martel. Freed it off here. And the puck comes back in the possession here. We're skating forward to Souther. He takes it up high to the far side, Johnson. Back into the faceoff circle for Beasley. Gathers the puck again. Now he surveys. Takes it up top and drops it back Martel. Martel at the blue line. Looks to the near side. Butts has it. He'll walk down. Drops it into the corner. Came away here on the near side wing. Hounded here on the near side boards. And down into the boards. It comes now for Butts. Down low helping here was Beasley. One-timer coming. Tipped in front. Oh, a high stick was touched there. And the puck is taken by the Eagles, and they send it all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. Good puck movement there for the Legacy Sabres just unable to get the shot they were looking for.
And really a situation, like you said, that just a great setup there to get the puck to the weak side. They had net front presence there, maybe just a little bit high there of a puck coming into the net. If they would have touched it or gone in, it would have been a high stick.
Dancing in, bottom of the circle, Isaac Lewis sent it in. There was a quality scoring chance, but up to the challenge, Gavin Erickson shut the door. Walk us through this play down low.
Really, we talk about as a coaching staff the stops and starts, and Wimcombe does have the Davies goal, so you got to give him a little bit of a break there. But really, a player on the goal line working his way to the net, he transitions away from the play instead of transitioning towards the player. Kind of turns away from protecting home base, which is his net, and allows a Legacy player to get in there and get a really good opportunity on his goaltender.
Puck comes back into the Legacy zone, down to 10 seconds remaining of their ServPro power play, their first of the game, as Matt Souther brings it in, dropped it off. Here's Butt, center slot, sends it in with the backhand, and into the catching mitt of Gavin Erickson, and he makes the save and hangs tight to it. 5:50 left here in the second. It's a 1-1 game on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Gavin Erickson has been up to the challenge of 7 of the 8 shots Legacy's fired his way. He had a workout in the regular season and through the EDC tournament, however. 544 shots on net. He made 498 saves, Dave. Surrendering only 46 goals on the season. That's not bad coming on a 9-7-2 mark, playing in 20.3 games on the year. Puck comes back away up to center ice now. Legacy might have got caught in a change there. No, they didn't. Puck's free to the near side, and we will have a stop coming. And the power play that was just on for the Legacy Sabres will now turn into a penalty kill. And for the third time tonight, the power play comes back out here for the Davies Eagles.
Yeah, and a play there too. We've seen it a couple times this period where we've got kids that are getting a little bit loose with their sticks. Strider McMahon there for Legacy's in a great position. Kind of gets loose with his stick, gets into a Davies player's skates, and you don't want to take penalties in the neutral zone or the offensive zone, especially when you've had such a good period of kind of taking the air out of the balloon, like I've said. But now another chance for Legacy to create some momentum with the penalty kill. And at the same time, this is Davies' third power play, and can they get something set up and something moving really on a power play that's been pretty stagnant for them.
ServPro again with 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's ServPro. And the power play comes out for Davies here with 5:27 left of the second, 1-1. Dave Wilson alongside of yours truly, Nick Holberg, here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. We're high up in the press box on the second tier of this press box with just an amazing view of that gigantic video board. I thought my 85-inch TV was gigantic in the man cave. That thing is really something special, isn't it?
Oh, and really, what people don't get to see either, Nick, is underneath the scoreboard at bench level, there's about I don't know how big it is, but there's a big jumbotron underneath that the coaches on the benches can look up and watch that, if it's too high of an angle to see the scoreboard. Really, really an amazing scoreboard.
This place is something else, I'm telling you. Here comes the Davies power play. ServPro power play out for the next minute 40 with 5:05 to play here in the second. High riser sent in, Karam off the end boards, and the net will come off its moorings here, and a faceoff will come on Tyler Miller's blocker side. Here with 5:01 to play in the second is the net. Are they not using marsh pegs here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena?
No, I believe they aren't, Nick. That's kind of something that I noticed in the first game with Jamestown and Red River, that the Jamestown goalie was kind of pushing the net around a little bit, making it difficult on the officials. Yeah, they're spraying some water on the pipes right now. So, yeah, that's something to keep your eye on with the ice being as soft as it is here at times. Those nets are going to move quite a bit.
A marsh peg is the yellow peg that goes into the ice where you drill down into the ice surface. They'll use those at the college and pro level. Minot at the Mason Arena, they use the marsh pegs as well, like we did at the WDA hockey tournament a week ago. These are the easier breakaway nets. Loose out in front. Sent in. Save. Rebound. Loose side of the cage. Miller's got it. Oh, he hangs on tight. That may have been the best opportunity of the hockey game for either team. And Talon Seekerson was on the doorstep. Knocking. But Miller shut the door.
Yeah, and really, finally Davies gets set up into their system. And from that, they create some chances. Just a simple play off the wall. Goes low to high. The top of the umbrella comes down and finds his guy at the side of the crease. But Miller, to his credit, stayed with him, slid over, and made a pretty big save to keep Legacy in a tie hockey game.
Puck comes away here now to Martell. He launches down, and we're 1 minute into the ServPro power play. Here for the Davies Eagles. They've had some chances. They've only registered 14 shots on goal in this game. Legacy's only registered 8. It's been a defensive seesaw struggle, and it's 1-1 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. In with a drive. Shot came in. Garrett Winsham fired it on, and the netminder made the stop. There's an extra whistle after the play. And will there be a conversation here? Winsham looked to give Miller just a little extra shot maybe after he made the save.
Right, and that's a play that Mario Lamoureux is not going to like to see from his defenseman there. A forward like Winsham coming in with speed, and Braxton Hager got caught a little bit flat-footed there, and Winsham ends up getting wide and gets in on his goaltender kind of unabated, but another big save by Miller for Legacy.
4:10 to play in the second, 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 39 seconds remains of ServPro power play time. Here come the Sabres up to center, shorthanded with it, but it's taken away there. Back comes Jack Bollinger into the zone, far wing. He crosses the blue line, hits the brakes, and surveys, sends it out front. Trying to find the man to tip it. Blake Winkham in front of the net, and it was sent just wide. Soccer to head forward by Butts, who lost a stick on the play. This is like a 5-on-3 now. As into the zone come the Davies Eagles, top of the circle with it. Here's a drive, high riser, missed. Hit traffic, and it went up and into the protective mesh. And a stop down with 3:35 to play here in the second period.
And like you said, Butts loses his stick in the neutral zone, is forced to come to the bench while a forward is already changing for Legacy. So really kind of a 5-on-2 going the other way. But to Legacy's credit, their defenseman kind of did a good job of taking up space. And you know you're going to give up a shot in that situation, just preventing that shot from being anywhere in a high percentage scoring area. They did a great job of limiting that.
3 minutes, 31 seconds left in the second period. You have to give the West Region some credit here this year compared to some of the years past where none of the opening round games at the state tournament were even worth being at on certain seasons. This year it's a little different here as Jamestown did get worked over pretty good. 7-0 to Red River, but Red River is just the big red machine. They're a different animal. Minot lost earlier today, an empty net goal made it 2-0 to West Fargo Cheyenne. And here in this one, Legacy tied up with Davies and 1-1 right now. Century will play South Shanley next here at the Ralph Eggleston Arena. Up to center, Gage Martell moves it across to Johnson. Into the zone they come, offensive territory on the blocker side. Martell, the D-man that's not afraid to join the play. He does down and deep here. Your thoughts on 38 White? I think that's probably a next-level kid all day long inside of North Dakota high school hockey.
Right, and I'm really impressed. Being a sophomore, the way he sees the ice and is able to join the rush. I mean, Legacy's got a great defenseman with him, and he's been out there every other shift all game long for Legacy against, like we say, pretty potent Eagles offensive attack.
Puck's off the glass on the near side. D-zone here for the Sabres. Oh, they've got numbers. They're in with it. Up the near side wing, carrying down. Here's a drive, save, rebound out in front. Oh, big save. Off the rebound. It came out. Gavin Erickson shut the door twice. It was almost 2-1 Sabres. Now the puck's pushed to the other end of the ice surface where the Eagles are on the attack. Only for a moment here as it's taken away. Carter Johnson moved it free back down to Anderson. And Joel Anderson threads the needle to center. Legacy fans want a call. They will not receive one. We're under 2 minutes to play. Miller's going to glove and hang on to it. $1:55 to play in the second. 1-1. Best opportunity so far in the game here for the Legacy Sabres as Caleb Johnson had a chance.
Yeah, and does a great job shooting to create a rebound, and a rebound does kick out, but Erickson on top of his crease and did a really great job tracking that puck and really did a great job making sure that he was in a position to gobble up that rebound as well to keep it a 1-1 hockey game.
Into the glove of Miller off the ensuing faceoff, and the draw will come back to his glove side. We talked about Gavin Erickson seeing some rubber on the year, 544 shots. Tyler Miller didn't see that many because Legacy only averaged seeing 23 shots per game. That's all they gave up on the season as one of the top teams in the West region. Miller saw 478 shots on goal. He gave up 37 for a 1.73 goals against average and a .923 save percentage. Numbers that you could certainly be impressed with when you look at any goaltender stat at any level of hockey across the board. Up to center, it's pushed here by the Sabres. Drew Beasley gives the chase, but it's taken there by Blake Wimkin. Sends it around to the far side wing, and now it's Beasley that sends it underneath the net. Under 90 seconds to play in the second. Sabres take it. Beasley walked out and fired. Hit the skates there coming off of Wimkin. Comes away in the far side bottom of the circle. Soccer tried to go to the point off of the Sabres, but it's taken here by the Eagles. They push down. Beasley moves it back up to the neutral ice zone. And here come the Sabres into offensive territory. Here's a drive that whistled up and wide. Off the chance there. Vasey sends it off the near side wing. Push back up to center ice, under a minute to play. Here in this second. Down in the corner, behind the goaltender Miller on his blocker side. Pushed away here to the near wing where it's taken now by Easton Moose. And Moose delivers it off where he goes up to Matt Southern. Into the zone they come. Fired, save, rebound, shot. Oh, it hit the goalpost, Dave, out in front of the net. On the doorstep, knock, knock, knock it, let me in. The door was open, but he tripped on the way through. The chance was there for Matt Souther to pick up goal number 6 on the year, but watch the goalpost get hit clank.
Oh my, and really a play. Bowinger for Davies got caught up Legacy's end on a rush and was slow to get back, and you had a forward playing defense for the Davies Eagles, and you know, a play where a shot is taken for a rebound, a puck gets kicked out, nobody has the Legacy Sabres standing in the slot, and I believe that Erickson might have made a second save there that went off his blocker and the post after he made the initial save. So the chances are starting to come for Legacy, and they've got to be happy with the looks that they've had this period.
Puck comes away down to the Davies Eagles. 30 seconds to play in the second. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Up to center come the Eagles again. Talon Seekerson carries it into the zone. Sent down front, all wide open by himself was Wimcomb. Make it Windjam, rather. And now we're down to 15 seconds to play in the second. Kids caught him down. Eagles carry ahead, but it's taken here by Beasley. Beasley moves it up to center. We're down to 7, now 6. This is how the period will probably end here at 1-1. As with 2 seconds left, the puck's at neutral ice, and we are through 2. Well, this one's been entertaining, no question about that. 1-1 at the end of 34 minutes, and 17 is all that remains here in the showdown between Legacy and Davies. And we haven't gained any ground in the second period. Legacy scored first with Marcus Butts. Then it was Blake Wimcomb that scored 41 seconds later to tie it. That was at the end of the first period. And now we enter the third in a grudge match here. Dave and I will break down this high school hockey matchup at the state high school hockey tournament to the quarterfinals when we come back to our premier chiropractic intermission report. Deadlocked at Wands on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community first-oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Hi guys, what can I get you guys today?
I don't know what to order.
Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa, what is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead-gum meal here at Shots Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall-darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Shots is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude. The truth is, there's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid. Whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right. I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I'd take a caramel roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, PNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Well, it's been fun so far. There's 17 minutes left of the fun here in the quarterfinals for the Legacy Sabres and the Fargo Davies Eagles. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. That's our family's choice for chiropractic care in the Magic City. Nick Holbrook alongside of David Wilson here on the call. First things first, 1-1 at the end of 2 periods played. You can't ask for much more in a state tournament game, can you?
No, and honestly, we were talking about it between between the break here, and I mean, really not a bad couple games here for the West Region. I mean, that's might not get scored on in the last minute of our game here, and I mean, Legacy's right in this game. I mean, two chances that period could have fallen for Legacy, and they could be up 3-1 going into the third period here. So these kids have battled so far, and they know they're going to get outshot, and they know that they don't have the overall team speed that Legacy has, but You tell them this morning when they wake up that they're going to be 1-1 in the third period with Fargo Davies, and I think most of these kids, and I think Mario Lamoureux says absolutely that's a place that we'd like to be in.
Right now they sit 17 minutes away and 1 goal different away from being into the semifinals for the first time in program history. And keep in mind, this is a program that's only been around for 2 seasons. Let's take a look at the scoring from this hockey game and the stat recap that's brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air has over 25 years as your heating and air experts. Factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. No goals in the early portion of the first, but in the late portion we saw 2 back-to-back. The first one came from Marcus Butts. He picked up Legacy's lone goal this hockey game for goal number 22, point number 44. That came at the 15-minute mark of the opening period. Then it was Blake Wimkup that was assisted by Grant Manor and Colton Spiewak 41 seconds later off of a skate and into the net to make it 1-1. No goals in the second period were scored. There were 3 penalties called. There was a holding on Josiah Will. That gave Davies their second power play of the game. Then DuBois had a tripping call, and then Strider McMahon for Legacy had a tripping call as well. So we've had 3 power plays in this hockey game. For the Fargo Davies Eagles, they're 0 for 3. Legacy had 1-man advantage of their own. They're 0 for 1. Quality face-offs, or quality scoring chances, 5-4 in favor of Legacy. They've taken the advantage in that category. Face-offs are 22-17 favoring Davies. Shots in the first, 11-3 Davies. Shots in the second were 8-8 for a total of 19-11 total here in this hockey game. And when you look at the 2 goals that were scored in this game, Dave, they couldn't be any different. Marcus Bunce with just a snipe shot to the other one, a fluky one off the skate of Wimpcombe, but goes to show you in the game of hockey, it doesn't matter how they go in, they go on the scoreboard just the same.
Right, and honestly too, a great lesson in, for any young hockey team as far as getting the puck to the net, and in a situation there where Davies 40 seconds before that is digging the puck out of their net, and just a simple play to the net, you're down by a goal, anything to the net is a good play, and it caroms into the net, and we talk about response shifts a lot to adversity, and credit to Davies there for taking advantage of that opportunity.
Davies looks to get on the board, so do the Legacy Sabres. Any major corrections on either side after 2?
Honestly, really, I think a lot of what's being said between the second and the third period for both teams is just kind of, it's gut check time. You get up at 6 a.m. and you skate and you lift weights and, the sprints and the running in the summertime. And really, there's 17 minutes to basically, tell you whether you're going to move on or you're going to be playing in the consolation round. So really, I think it's a lot of gut check and a lot of, hey, who wants it more? The hungrier team, the team that deserves this more. I mean, blocking shots and encouraging your teammate. Just the little things this period that can get you over the edge are probably being discussed. But I think will is a big thing with both locker rooms between this intermission.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think it's going to boil down to that gritty play that we've seen so far here tonight. Just look at the shots on goal, Dave. I mean, sitting at 19-11 in this hockey game. It's not very many shots registered. A lot of good defensive play here tonight as well.
Right, absolutely. And two well-coached teams. I mean, someday these guys will get to sit back and say, I was coached by a Division I college hockey player, Mario Lamoureux for UND, and Nate Metcalf for Mankato State University. I mean, just good for them. Just to to pass along their knowledge to these kids, and just the coaching that these kids get is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, no question. Both these guys are class acts. They have been nothing but gracious when asked for time on the PSP network in our years of doing these broadcasts. Always good to talk to Nate Metcalf and Mario Lamoureux as well. For Mario, I would have to think that there's a little extra something coming back to Grand Forks and the Ralph Engelstad Arena. I haven't talked to him about that, but I know that his mission is to help North Dakota hockey on the western side of the state grow and advance. And really, for the Legacy Sabres, if they get into the TV round tomorrow night, they really kind of stamp their existence in a quick, short order here.
Right, and I remember watching Mario Lamoureux as a little 8th grader playing for Grand Forks Central, and in a day and age where you're talking an 8th grader playing high school hockey, I mean, you see it in the girls, but you don't see that in the boys. That he should have been a first-year Bantam in Grand Forks, and as an 8th grader, he's playing on Grand Forks Central's varsity in this building. So a special place for him, and with his alma mater, Grand Forks Central, not being here at the state tournament, maybe a little bit of a chip on his shoulder to get his team into that TV round where 99% of the time Grand Forks Central is every year.
What do you think of that, Dave, as we sit on our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report? We're just about set for our second. No Grafton Park River. And of course, that program's fallen off just a bit from what we used to see in the 90s. And keep in mind, the 90s is quite a bit of time ago. But when we were growing up, GPR was always kind of a given team to be at this state tournament. But no Bismarck High, no Grand Forks Central. Did you ever think you would see a time where that's happened more than once? We've seen it before. We thought it was a fluke. But again, this year, they're not here.
Right, and I just think you're seeing a changing landscape in high school hockey in the state of North Dakota. I mean, it's no secret what happened in Bismarck when the schools split into a third with Bismarck Legacy. Mike Peluso, I know you've had him on the program before, and he could see it with the numbers in the youth program that Bismarck High was going to drop off a little bit with the creation of a Legacy. I mean, really, with West Fargo, it took Cheyenne 6 years to make the state tournament with the divide between West Fargo and the Cheyenne. I mean, really, it's a numbers game, and Grafton Park River, the Spoilers, bless their hearts. I watched them at the old Ralph fill half of that arena for years and years, and they've got 14 kids on the varsity roster, and they graduate 9 of them. So it's not going to get really any better there, but part of the changing landscape, like we said.
Nothing like the Spoiler Dome either, is there?
Oh, absolutely. The Centennial Arena. I didn't get a chance to go there with our Cheyenne team this year, but anxious to get back there next year, hopefully.
Underway for the third. Legacy's in white. Davies is in crimson. Legacy from the right to the left. The Eagles from the left to the right. The Eagles have possession off the opening draw. They bring it in, and they work the offensive zone down where Bollinger sends it underneath the net. It's set up here on the near side. Shots are 19-11, but it's 1-1 here in this hockey game. Davies has the advantage of the shot column. That puck went off of Buntz's tape up at center ice. He's going to regather here at center. Buntz to Vasey, and it goes back into the defensive zone where Hoon sends it over now here to Martell, the All-West region player. Up to center it comes, and then it was Josiah Will that left it here. Taken down into the offensive zone by the Sabres on the dump and chase, where it's taken down here by the Eagles, who regather and bring it up to the neutral ice zone where Legacy touched it for just a moment. Kind of had a game like that here today where there's been a lot of that neutral ice back and forth. You take it, no, you take it, hot potato kind of a game. Puck comes away down, it's fired down towards Miller, loose out in front, picked up here, and up to center ice comes Souther. Launches it off ahead, comes to McMahon, who carries down, and that's Josiah Will, rather. I apologize. Puck comes away to the near side half boards. 15:30 to play here in the third period. It's 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Offensive zone for the Eagles. They skate down on angle shot, fired in. Not an easy save for Miller to make, but he did with the glove hand as that puck was rifled in off the shot from Colton Spiewak. Icing here on Legacy. Not a high percentage shot from there, but that was a tricky one for Miller.
Well, and you look at who's shooting the puck there, a sophomore for Fargo, Davies, with the last name of a Spiewak, and any UND hockey fan will remember his dad winning a national championship for the University of North Dakota. You know, you talk about the pedigree and the bloodlines there, and you know, I'm sure him and his dad have talked a time or two, or coming in on a goaltender on that on that strong side there, where to shoot the puck to make it difficult on the goalie.
Shot came in from Appersbach. He fired it just wide of the net on that opportunity. Bollinger's got it back here. Yeah, we discuss that quite often with guys in the West region that we cover so often, like Mackley Morelli. His dad and grandfather both played here at North Dakota. Or the Vig boys down at Bismarck Century. You'll see them coming up next. And those are a pair of All-West region selections as well. Their dad, of course, Mitch Vig, who was a big piece of North Dakota's program. Puck comes back away here on the near wing offensive zone. Down for the Sabres' own territory. Now they've got to rush up to center as crossing into the neutral ice zone. Mitchell will fire it in to the catching mitt of Erickson. He just dropped it down, and now we turn and go for the Davies Eagles back up to center. When you've got that pedigree and that bloodline, there's just something different about watching hockey on TV. No offense to my father by any means, just the greatest guy of all time. And happy birthday coming up to him tomorrow here. But a guy that was a farmer and grew up south of Minot, he didn't know anything about hockey. It's a little different watching a game with him than as me as a youngster, than Mac Morelli or Spiewak with their fathers watching a game just on any given night. Loose out in front of the Davies net. Opportunity for Butts, just couldn't pull the trigger. Puck comes back away now here for the Eagles. They carry down. Shot came in. Stick save off of the goaltender Miller. Puck comes away now to the near side. Offensive zone here for the Eagles. They go to work with 13:34 to play here in the third. Underneath the net now of Miller on the glove side. Butts has it pinned up in deep with Jamison Johnson. Two Eagles in there scrumming forward as well. Who's going to come out with it? And from behind the net, it's Johnson. Now it's the Eagles with possession. They still scrub forward. Puck comes away to Spiewak. And Spiewak moved it here to the near wing, but it's Beasley that's up to center, waiting for his troops to join, but they went off for a change. So Beasley just sends it down to the corner and goes off to the bench as well. 4 minutes into the third period. Puck's going to be loose free here in front of the Davies net. Drive comes in. Oh, the opportunity was there from Strider McMahon. Back up to the point. Martell's going to take it. He had 3 goals in the WDA tournament. Sends it into the glove. Hanging on tight to it, Gavin Erickson. And then there's some extra pushing and shoving because Carter Johnson, the junior, came in and whacked the hand like a lumberjack.
And really, two unfortunate bounces there for the Davies Eagles. The defenseman trying to ring the puck behind the net hits Eric Steele, the official, so the puck bounces up to the bottom of the circle, and the player picks up the puck and gets a shot that gets redirected on Erickson, having to make a nice pad save going back to his left. I mean, really two bounces there that went the way of Legacy, but we still have a 1-1 hockey game.
12:50 left in this third period. We've got a media timeout brought to you by our friends in Bismarck at Hub International Insurance. Call Hub today for your personal and business insurance needs. Hub is the leading North American insurance brokerage. Contact Josh Cattell or Michael Borman at Hub International Insurance today for your personal and business insurance needs. 355-3100. It's Hub International Insurance. How do you have the hiccups all of a sudden? I haven't even eaten anything all day, Dave. Where did that come from? 12:50 to play in this third period. Ralph Engelstad Arena. Such a palace. I love this place more than most places on planet Earth. However, I would prefer the Shields Arena for the state high school hockey tournament. I would really be interested to see what the Mesa Arena in Minot would be like. This crowd right now inside of the venue that holds around 13,000 wouldn't even fill up the Mesa Arena by any means here tonight. Here's a drive that just missed. That was a high riser in the offensive zone for the Sabres. Beasley to Butts underneath the net on the offensive side. Martell joined the play, sent it down. Goaltender lost his stick. And then we had a whistle here, and what will the call be?
Looks like we got an injured Legacy player along the boards, Nick. I think, I don't know if that's Vasey down there. Yeah, number 16. The trainer's out getting a look at him. Legacy had possession of the puck there, and I don't know if he went into the boards awkward or fell there. The officials are talking about it to see if it's something that they may end up reviewing here. I don't know if it was on a hit or nothing. I was looking into the corner with Butts with the puck, and all of a sudden Vasey's laying there on the ice. He is back up on his feet, though, so good news for Legacy.
Yeah, it certainly is. Vasey's been a key piece to this top unit. Vasey's going to skate off. He's definitely not feeling his best that he's felt. Still limping towards the Legacy bench. Referees continue to communicate, but I don't think we're going to see any power play time coming of this here, Dave. 12:39 left in the third period. Face-off coming on the blocker side of the Davies goaltender, Gavin Erickson.
And a really good point here. Coach Nate Metcalf is asking the official why the face-off is coming in Davies' end. I guess I would be asking the same question if I was him with it being a Legacy player that was hurt. The officials are going to get together here, and I think they'll come to agreement that the face-off needs to be outside the blue line.
Jordan Kelly comes and joins that conversation. The Zebras have the convention, and they make the right call. The face-off will be out at neutral ice. That draws the attention of Mario Lamoureux and company here for the Legacy Sabres. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, down to 12:36 to play in the third period. There was a goal back at the 15-minute mark of the first. That was with 2 minutes left in the contest of the first period. 41 seconds later, the Davies Eagles tied it. We haven't seen a goal since then. Puck comes up to center now where Bullinger has it again. He'll drift this one down to the corner on the glove side of Miller. That's all the way down for an icing. And that icing brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. And Jobbers Moving and Storage, moving across town or across the country. Jobbers and Roger Ward can help you with your moving and storage needs. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen.
Yeah, and really here, Nick, I think for at least the start of the third period, I think the ice is tilting a little bit Legacy's way. Getting some chances, getting the puck down deep. There's another play off a face-off there where they get the puck to Erickson. I mean, kind of slowly but surely, they're kind of creeping up in the shots, and now there's only a 6-shot differential between the teams, and it's hard to argue that they haven't carried the play here in the third period.
Puck's taken and fired in from the line. That one knocked down. Anderson had the attempt, but it's the Eagles up to center. Martell's back with it. Martell moved it ahead forward, comes away now here to Seekerson. He'll dump it in from center ice with the give and go from his partner. On-angled shot from the near side. Hayes whistled that one wide for the Eagles. Then there's a hit on the far wing. Delayed call coming. Uh-oh, this is a big call coming here on Davies. Will this be a 2 or a 5? It's a cross check for a 2. And now the power play comes back out for only the second time today for the Legacy Sabres, and this is a golden opportunity here with 11:43 to play in the third period.
Right, and just to play Elijah Hayes up along the wall. I think the right call there, a 2-minute penalty, nothing egregious. It was from behind with the cross check. I don't know if you remember, Nick, but we were doing a football game with the Davies Eagles where Elijah Hayes had himself quite a game against Minot High School. Just a really built kid, and just used his weight maybe a little bit too much there.
Puck comes away to center ice as the Eagles clear. Martell's back to retrieve. I'm high on 38 White. I really like him back there. Just his skating ability and his decision making. His patience has been fun to watch in the West region. Into the offensive zone, it comes down for the Sabres. They've got possession here. Johnson up top, comes over now to Butts on the far side. Johnson again, and Butts play catch with it. Now Martell joins the play up top, comes back over to Johnson, top of the circle, trying to shuffle it down towards the net. Beasley's back behind the cage, and he's got it here. Beasley from back behind, sent it out in front, on the doorstep. Southern just couldn't pull the trigger. They had an excellent look at it. That comes all the way down, and a minute 13 remains on the Serpro power play for the Sabres. As Martell will skin it up back to the neutral ice zone. Dropped it back down to Butts, the game's goal scorer for the Sabres. He carries in. Butts will take it near side half boards. Underneath the net it comes. Bollinger's just going to take that one like a howitzer around the end boards. He sends it all the way down. Miller's out of the net to play it. Martell's back on the retrieve. Martell's got company. Here's the one-man aggressive on the forecheck here. Is Spiewak up to center ice. It comes for Johnson, who carries in. And now Johnson takes it down. That's Jamison Johnson. But the Eagles push it right back out to center. Davies had Johnson lose his stick as it was knocked out of his hands by Bollinger right in front of the ref. No call on that play. Puck comes back into the possession here for the Eagles. Shorthanded. Now it's poked to center. There's Bollinger at center. It's bumped free in the neutral ice zone. Legacy having some trouble here, gaining offensive zone play now as it's handled at center ice in front of both benches. Sabres have to regroup in their own zone, and we're down to 9 seconds remaining of Serpro power play time. There's a hit at center, but the puck is freed into the offensive territory. Here for Isaac Lewis down into the offensive zone. Puck's going to be bumped here, and all the way down it comes, and back on the retrieve is Josiah Will as the puck's left underneath the net now. Here come the Davies Eagles on the attack. This is Matter with it. Went up to the point. Bollinger across, comes away now to Butts. Sends it back over to the near side into the offensive territory. Come the Sabres as it's poked free. But right onto the hands there it goes of Matter. Matter sends it up to neutral ice again where Beasley regathers. Comes back now into the possession here of Bollinger. He sends it down underneath the net. Caromed away here to the near side. Then Miller's going to play it with the catching mitt and hang on to it, I should say, with 9:08 left of the third. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. How about the kill from the Davies Eagles?
Well, and a lot of that kill was number 21, Jack Bollinger. I mean, the kid just played about a 3.5-minute shift there and really, did a great job limiting the Sabres on their zone entry plays. And honestly, a kid like that, you can't try to walk around him with that reach. And really, Butts tried to ring the puck with a couple indirect passes behind the net, and that reach of Bollinger just a roadblock, and basically gets clears by himself, and at the end of the shift ends up down in the Legacy end and creating some offense. And like I said, he was about on a 3-minute shift there at the end. Just like I said, all year long he's been every other shift for them, and in the biggest moments of the year we'll probably see him back on the ice coming out of this TV timeout.
He's a man amongst boys in certain situations. He's a big dude, isn't he?
Well, and they were warming up before the game down in the hallways near our locker room, and you just like you said, he's down there in his shorts and a t-shirt, and he many of these kids put me to shame, but he really puts me to shame. So we are not close to being the same physical specimen. He is really a well put together young man.
I saw the Red River Rough Riders walking through the tunnel after the final 7-0 victory over Jamestown today, and I looked at Tyler Hagen from Tyler Hagen Photography, and I just looked at Tyler and said, my goodness, and he goes, wow, are they big. Some big kids in North Dakota high school hockey looking for big plays here in this third period. We're under 9 to play here, Dave. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard as the Eagles will dump it back in behind Miller. Johnson back to retrieve. Jamison Johnson to the near side. Up to Caleb Johnson. Puck's going to come away to the half wall on the near side boards. Eagles still have possession now where Legacy goes to work on it. This is a next goal wins feeling of this hockey game as the puck's going to be handled here by the Eagles. They're going to walk out with it. A drive, save, rebound, loose in front of the net. Now down to the corner. Unable to regain control of it was Joby Fryer. It's going to come back now here to Seekerson. Eagles up at the point with it. At the line, sent forward, down into the zone. Glove side of Miller. Over down to the blocker side. Johnson on the retrieve, shuffles it off ahead. It comes up to center ice where the Sabres go to work. They'll dump and chase as McMahon sent it in, but it's the Eagles that take it and fire it down. They had an opportunity on a bad line change coming there for the Legacy Sabres, but they iced it down with 8:05 to play here in the third.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Nick, really a play there. Seekerson's all alone at the blue line, and if they can get the puck to him there on the far wall away from the bench, he's got a great opportunity. Unfortunately, though, maybe some tired legs are prevailing here a little bit, and boy, that pass really wasn't close.
The gauntlet to get to the state tournament down to the East region and the West region, not an easy one to go through, especially with Mother Nature and a lot of those cancellations that we had this year. A lot of makeup games to be played towards the end of the season. This one's going to come down on Miller, and Miller's just going to freeze it on the top of his blue paint. Faceoff will come now on his blocker side. You look at the Legacy Sabres, and in their last 5, they've gone 4-1. Their only loss came to Minot High in that 5-game span. They lost by a score of 1-0 to the Magi. Davies Eagles have gone 4-1 as well. They lost to the region semifinals, if I'm not mistaken.
They actually lost to Grand Forks Central in double overtime in the opening round of the EDC tournament.
In the EDC tournament, thank you. Man, they had a lot of overtime. They had 4 more overtime sessions against Fargo North as well.
Yeah, they've just so much experience playing it with at the end of regulation. So they played a lot of hockey the last couple weekends here.
Bollinger sends it down underneath the net. Take it here. Eagles have possession. They're going to work out. Comes right into the glove of Miller. Oh, then Miller's run into. Miller's down with his head on the ice after he got run into with the knee there. There's going to be no call on the play. Miller will be okay. But crashing in hard at the end of that play, Joby Fryer.
Yeah, and that's kind of a risk that goaltenders take. You know, I don't really think there's nothing egregious there from Fryer just kind of skating through looking for a puck. Miller, unfortunately, ends up kind of on the worst end of that one, but looks like he's okay down there, and they're ready to face it off.
Off the draw, shot came in, knocked down. Big pad save out front, rebound, kicked away. Here come the Sabres up to center in front of the near wing. Big hit into the Davies bench with flying Easton Moose, and the puck is going to be freed now in the offensive zone for the Sabres. Moose has it back, fires it down to the corner. First one there for the Eagles. It's taken and worked ahead by Luke Lorenz up to center ice. Comes back now in the Legacy defensive zone where Martell had it. Now it's shuffled off ahead, back on into neutralized territory. Oh, it hit the referee. Jordan Kelly got tattooed on the back. That didn't feel good. Puck comes back away now for the Eagles at center as it was tossed out of the zone by the Sabres. Dumped right back in here, and we're under 7 to play in this third period. To be exact, we're at 6:20, Dave, and it's really turning into crunch time now with a 1-1 score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Eagles pick it up in their own end. They're going to pick it and move it away here on the near side up to center. Big hit at center ice. There's your hit of the hockey game as carrying it forward was Appersbach. He was nailed on that play. Getting into him was Carter Johnson. And now Miller's going to freeze it. And the faceoff will come on his glove side. Well, Mario Lamoureux on the TV screen here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Gentleman over to his right is Ryan Farragher, one of the best goaltenders to ever play for the Bismarck Bobcats. He went on to play at St. Cloud State University. He was actually drafted by the Anaheim Ducks of the National Hockey League. Farragher went on to professional hockey career working with goaltenders in the capital city. And tell you what, when you've got a guy that was drafted by the Anaheim Ducks and your staff, you know that you're doing something right. He certainly has done a good job with Tyler Miller.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that gets overlooked a little bit with Miller having the year that he's had. I mean, just having that extra, that extra coach to lean on with goaltending experience and with the level of goaltending experience that he's had. A successful 3-year career at St. Cloud State before heading up to the ECHL with the Utah Grizzlies and, signed a professional contract and, just amazing that he's back in the state of North Dakota coaching high school hockey again. And, we talked about it before. You've got a former Division I college hockey player, 2 on the legacy bench, helping their young and developing program. So, it speaks volumes why their program has had the success that it's had with the knowledge that Ryan Farragher and Mario Lamoureux bring.
Certainly a great asset to that lineup. You got to appreciate that without a doubt. Well, it's getting close now. We're down to 5:57 to play here in the third. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Shots are 27-15 in favor of the Davies Eagles. But it's anybody's game right now as the media timeout rolls on here. The media timeout brought to you by Hub International Insurance, located in Bismarck, helping all of Western North Dakota with the personal and business insurance needs. It's Hub International. Puck rolls all the way down to the other end of the ice surface from the Legacy Sabres end. And down for the icing here. We'll have a face-off coming back on Miller's blocker side. Is there any advantage right now for either team this late in the game?
Well, and honestly, Nick, I've kind of been tracking both teams to see if they get their third line back out, and we're kind of in a two-line pony show right now. Both teams are using the same kids as coming out of the media timeout. You see Windjam jump for Davies and Butts come right on the ice for Legacy. I would anticipate that Marcus Butts is going to take every face-off in the defensive zone for Legacy here, probably for the end of the hockey game, and if he's not able to, maybe seeing Mario Lamoureux take his time out.
Bollinger in his own end, fired it forward up to Beasley. Down it comes into Davies' defensive territory where it goes away down to Wimpkin. He works it forward up to the neutral ice zone. Spiewak's got it again. Spiewak sends it across to the near side. Push free out in front of the Legacy net. Bollinger's going to go down to the corner to race in after it. Comes up underneath now to Spiewak. Out of Gretzky's office, he works it here. He's being hounded there. Comes up now to Bollinger. Fired one forward. That shot was interrupted by Beasley. We haven't seen Vasey back on the ice here for the Sabres. He went down with an injury in this third period. Shot came from the line, hit the side of the goal cage. Sent out in front. Now it's going to be taken by Bollinger again on the far side wall. Taken here by the Sabres. They push free up to center. Tired legs look to be a factor now in this contest. Late with under 5 to play and a 1-1 score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Puck comes away to the near side. Jamison Johnson up to center. Lead pass. Drew Beasley's in. He's got Butts with him. Beasley makes a move. Beasley hauled up on the play. Matter was there, and Matter knocked him off the puck. And it's freed now here for the Davies Eagles. They fired forward. That one went off of Marcus Butts, and now it has to be retrieved here by the Eagles all the way in their own territory. This puck caroms off the Legacy bench, down it on Tyler Miller. Miller takes the safe route and just gobbles it up and hangs on to it.
Yeah, Nick, really kind of two different perspectives when it comes to the pucks in on the goaltender here. I mean, with Miller, he's going to take every whistle he can possibly get. The last 3 or 4 that have come down on him, it's been no question we're going to take a whistle and get a face-off. And Erickson on the other end, he's the guy that likes to play the puck a little bit more and keep the action going. So we'll see if that has any effect here at the end of the game, where the ice tilts a little bit here. But Miller for sure not taking any chances, and whistles are still a good thing for the Legacy Sabres.
Shot came from the line from the Eagles up top. It came from Ashton Yeager. Nice diving play to block that shot from Easton Moose, and it went up into the safety screen. And we'll have a face-off coming now on Miller's blocker side with 4:10 to play here in a 1-1 third. Puck comes here to the near side wing. Sabre defensive zone. They push free up into the neutral ice territory. Comes back away on the far wall. Neutral ice zone again here for the Sabres. They escape back into their own D territory just for a moment. Now the Eagles do the same thing. They generate their offense from here. Drew Albrecht carries in. Then it's taken away by the Sabres. It's a chess match right now here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Taken here by Josiah Will. He moved it into offensive territory. Spun down to the corner here from Joel Anderson. With real estate and plenty of it, it's Yeager that moves it free up to center ice and now crossing forward. Appersbach has it here. He fires in. Miller dropped it down with the catching mitt. Now Johnson coming there from Martell out to center. Vasey back out. Good to see him back on the ice surface. Icing waved off here as the puck comes underneath the net where it goes away to the far side. Wimkim out of his own end. Beasley trying to hold it in at the blue line. He can't. Comes out to center for Vasey. Flips this one down into the zone with the 9-iron. Takes it down underneath the net. And now the Eagles have possession again. Time and space for them as they clear it up to center. It's held in at the line. Johnson, he had Beasley with him, but he was offsides. The opportunity was there, and you could see the eyeballs from here of Drew Beasley were about the size of grapefruits as he had the chance, but he was offsides on the play.
Right, and the official did a great job being right on top of that play, blowing it right away. It looked like he might have done a great job to hold the zone there, but maybe a foot or two, and really thankful that we have the 4 official system to make sure that the officials are all right on top of all these calls.
Yeah, good call. They've done a good job here at this tournament. 5 penalties called in this one, 3 on Legacy, 2 on the Eagles. Puck's down to the near side corner. If you're just joining us, 2:40 remains here in this game. It's a 1-1 score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Davies and Legacy are in a dogfight. Puck comes up to center now where it's pushed ahead and sent into the offensive zone. Here by the Sabres, down it came off of the hands there of Elliott Hood. Held into the zone by the Sabres. Big hit. Bollinger absolutely cranked a man on the far side. That was Matt Southers. And down in front. Nobody home for the Sabres. And we go all the way back to center ice now where it's taken by Windham. He skates into the offensive territory. Hood frees it here. And out of the zone come the Sabres again. With a backhand. This one's going to be drifted off the wall. Sabres go off for a change. 4 for 5, and it's now Martell that's got it again, who goes to his D partner here on the near side, Anderson. Joel Anderson moved in a hand forward. Into the zone comes Butts. He can wheel. Butts is going to walk right out in front. Had it knocked out of his hands. Nice play there defensively coming from Manor, and the puck's going to be freed here for the Davies Eagles. They start their rush back away up to center ice. Knocked down Anderson. Freed now here to Johnson. Davison Johnson freed it on the far side. Soccered forward. It's held in the zone here by the Eagles and up at the point. Yeager sends it down. Make that matter rather. Sent it down. Comes away here and trying to clear it out are the Legacy Sabres. This one's going to be pitchforked ahead. Will it get down for an icing? It will not. Puck's back in behind the Davies net. Comes away now here to Beasley with the hard work there of Butts underneath. 1 minute, 6 seconds to play here in regulation. Up to center, delayed call coming here. Legacy needs to touch the puck. Now they do. And the 4th power play of the game comes here. And into the box will go Johnson. Is it Johnson or is it 12 McMahon? It's going to be McMahon that's going to go into the sin bin.
Yeah, it looks like Strider McMahon got his stick into the legs of the Davie player coming up the ice. I think that was Lorenz, and really a tough call at that point of the game to take a penalty there in the neutral zone. We'll see if Davies takes their time out and tries to draw something up here with under a minute to go. Davies hasn't had much success on the power play today. Let's see if they change anything here in the last minute.
Serve Pro power play out onto the ice surface with under a minute to play here in regulation. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. The plot has thickened. Puck's underneath the net now. It's taken away here by the Sabres. Out with a backhand. Here's a drive. Big hit there. And after the shot came in from the short-handed Easton Moose, he was tattooed and will skate 4-on-4 for the next minute 41. And then 19 seconds of Serve Pro power play time coming for the Sabres as Bollinger commits the crime right in front of the net.
Right, and I think they'll probably get him on an interference call there. It wasn't to the head or anything egregious there, but the puck had already, they call it roughing on him. Well, roughing interference, you roll the dice and see what penalty it's going to be. But in that situation, nothing to the head, but just the puck had already left his stick, so rightfully an interference call or a roughing call there.
Well, in my mind, this situation would favor the Legacy Sabres with Beasley and Butts the way that they have performed. here this season. No discredit to Joby Fryer or anybody on the Fargo Davies squad. 26 points on the other side. The leading point getter, Fryer, for the Davies Eagles. But you look at Butts with 43 points on the year coming in. He's got 44 here in this game today with a goal, the only goal here for the Legacy Sabres. Up top, they're going to handle offensive zone. That's the Legacy offensive zone. Puck's taken here by Beasley. Into the circle it comes. Taken out of there by Fryer. He moves it free to the far side. Handling now, far side wing. This is like sudden death here with 20 seconds left in regulation. Count them down, kids. 4-on-4 hockey. Here's a drive in. Miller makes a save. Puck's pushed free to the near side. We're down to 13 seconds. Johnson moves it free to the far side wing. Up it comes to Elliott Hoot. Trying to gain the zone. He does. Beasley running that foot pedal all the way down to the floor with the gas left in the tank here. Horn will sound and overtime is needed in the quarterfinals of the State High School Hockey Tournament. Number 1 from the West, Legacy. Number 4 from the East, Davies. Has this been all that and more that you expected here tonight?
Yeah, and I've been really impressed with Legacy. I've seen them on film a little bit this year, but not live. And really, they've kind of rolled with the punches what the Davies has had. I mean, really, other than that Davies goal that goes in off of a skate, they've done a really good job limiting the chances. Yeah, they're going to give up shots, but those shots are from areas that they're absolutely okay with Davies getting the puck onto the net. And you know, really, we talked about it getting into a one-shot game here into the third period, and now they've got it in overtime. And any shot is a good shot. Any play is a good play. You know, we talk about with our team that it's really tough for a puck to go through your chest. You know, pretty tough for a puck to go through your heart when you're blocking a shot or something like that in this situation. So we'll see what team can pull it out here and show a little bit more will here when we start an 8-minute overtime.
Oh, get ready. This is going to be a lot of fun. Not like the 51 minutes haven't already been interesting. But now we're set. Let's listen in real quick.
Legacy is number 1, Tyler Miller, 12 for a 3-period total of 30.
Shots on goal in this game, 31-16. Davies with the shot advantage. We'll reset the cockpit and come back for overtime. Sudden death to move on to the semifinals to either play Century or Fargo South Shanley tomorrow. And the rights to be on TV statewide again tomorrow night. Overtime is next.
Shots, honestly, it's just the shots came to me. Derek and Eric especially had some great drives, you know, which led to some great kicks. Shout out to them. You know, it feels good.
For you to come out here from a defensive effort against Eagle staff, I mean, you're way smaller than him. Obviously, I mean, how did you get yourself pumped up for that?
Well, you know, coach has a thing that says height doesn't measure heart, and I strongly believe in that. You know, I got the heart, and it doesn't matter if I got the height or not.
That line, good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great job. I don't have the height, but I got the heart. That was a pretty cool sign right there by Jagger Gunville. Back up to you guys.
Yes, and now
finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
Two games in a row where you need your blood pressure medicine and an extra dose of it now because we have entered sudden death overtime. Nick Holberg, Dave Wilson here on the call for the OT session. State High School Hockey Tournament, Legacy for their second time ever into the state tournament. Second year in program history. Second year in existence. Second year as a program. If you're not aware. Now they've got a chance to be on the big stage tomorrow night in the semifinals. Legacy from the left to the right to the left here for Davies. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 55 seconds, and then 19 seconds of power play time will come the way of the Legacy Sabres, as Serpro will be mentioned again here at the Ralph Eggleston Arena. Puck's at center ice in the neutral ice territory, scrumming for it in front of the bench. Martell frees it and spins it back here to Johnson. Up to center ice, they come with it now. The Sabres will dump and chase. Puck's around the end boards, over to Beasley on the far wing. Beasley handling here. Beasley got it back up to center ice now, where it's re-handled here by Butts. He had pressure on him. Wasn't an intentional move, but they need to regroup at center, and they do now, where Butts has it here. Butts tried to send it back to Johnson. Miller's going to be forced to play it. Miller goes up to Johnson. Beasley calling for it. He'll enter the zone. Beasley has a man in front, wide open in front of the net. The opportunity was there for Elliott Hood. Just couldn't get it on his tape. Puck comes back to Johnson. Power plays out now here for Legacy. Sent over to the near side wing. Back to the point. Johnson's got it. Sends it in. Blocker save. Pushed out, and it's going to come all the way back into the neutral ice territory. Puck's at center ice, tied up here. Both teams are now 5-on-5. 6:34 to play here in the overtime session. Into the offensive zone they come, and it comes away to the near side at the line. Souther will hold it. Souther on the near side wing, got it to Booze down in deep, where going for it was McMahon. Comes away back on the far wall, trying to pinch and hold, but unable to do so. Legacy gets it back at center. They'll dump it right back in. Shots in the third period favored the Davies Eagles 12-5 here in this hockey game. The big number, however, the quality scoring chances, 5-5 on each side here in the showdown. Both of these goaltenders have played well today at the State High School Hockey Tournament. Puck comes all the way down. Will we have an icing here? We will, with 5:55 left in the overtime session.
And we've talked about him before, Nick, but you can't say enough about the sophomore defenseman Gage Martell from the Legacy Sabres. He hasn't come off the ice a whole lot here in the third period and into overtime. He's at about a 2-minute shift here, counting on it, because he hasn't come off the ice yet, and still has just been such a warrior back there on the blue line for them.
Trying to hold it in. It touched his skate as it's going to be iced all the way down here. No icing on the play. Eagles on the attack, offensive zone, they come with it. Eagles are going to drop it down underneath the net behind Miller. Right towards that cage, missed the net wide. Up to center we go now here for the Sabres. Sent up into the offensive zone here for Legacy, ridden off the plate. Nice hit from Seekerson. He's got possession and real estate now in front of his own net. He pushed it free back over to the near side, where he went to Matter. He went back to Seekerson. Now the Eagles start their rush up to center. Talk about just textbook play on the breakouts out of the zone here today until that play now, where Beasley intercepts, takes it down. Beasley one-handed, sends it in front. Oh, Beasley was on the doorstep knocking. Just couldn't get a handle on it, and the Eagles are forced to ice.
Yeah, and there's a play, Nick, where Coach Metcalf is going to say, make the simple play, guys. Just take the puck up the wall. Davies is trying to force the puck towards the middle of the ice, and really a great play there by Beasley to get his stick in the lane and fill that lane up the ice, create the turnover, and get a puck to the net in a dangerous spot that no one was there to get his rebound, but a chance that Nate Metcalf isn't happy giving up in the overtime here.
Faceoff was taken on the blocker side of the Davies net. It's the Sabres that hold it at the line. Sent down where Bollinger goes to work. Taken by Vasey. Out of there with it. Who will come with it? It's Butts that's got it at the point. Across to Johnson. Tease, what a big pad save. Puck comes back away here on the near side. Butts will pinch in. He holds the line. Butts sends it out front. Comes to Johnson. Missed the net wide on the glove side. Take it back underneath the net. Butts has it here. This Butts line has dominated at times in this game. Across it comes. Johnson at the line. Tipped in front. That one pad save again as Erickson comes up huge. Legacy buzzing right now, but it's taken here by the Eagles. They'll send it all the way down, and Hood's got possession where he's back in his own territory. Hood in front of Tyler Miller. Then he spins it back behind the net, pushes back to center, up to neutral now for Josiah Will. He carries in. It's like a 2-on-1 here for the Sabres. Here's a drive on goal. Will sent it towards the cage, and the stop was made from Gavin Erickson. He's only seen 22 tonight, but when called upon, the goaltender that's only a sophomore here for the Davies Eagles has been sensational.
Right, and another great opportunity there from Legacy off a turnover in the neutral zone. Mario Lamoureux has to like what he sees. It seems like his team has got more legs here going into the overtime.
Puck's underneath the net now for the Davies Eagles. They move it away to the near wing. from their own zone. They're going to push this one all the way down. It goes just wide of Miller on the glove side, and that is an icing with 3:43 to play in the overtime session. It's a 1-1 score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. If you're just joining us, first goal of this game came at the 15-minute mark of the opening period. It was Butts unassisted. And then a goal from Wimpkin that was registered 14 seconds, make it 41 seconds later. Puck's underneath the net on the offensive side of the ice surface here for the Legacy Sabres. Down underneath. The scrum continues here at the end line. Out with it come the Eagles, and they have Seekerson, who moves it away to the far wing. Now it's going to be chipped ahead. This is a 3-on-1 for the Eagles. They're into the zone with it. Here's a drive and a high riser, missed the net. Spiewak had the chance, and he sent it high. Puck goes back away far side. Spiewak delivers down in deep underneath the goal line. Back away now to the near side half boards. Taken here by the Sabres. They launch it down. This will be on goal, or will it not? It missed. And an icing here with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in the overtime session. 1-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. This has been a fun one tonight.
Right, and there's a play too where the Davies is able to create some offense off of a turnover on the line by the Legacy Sabres. Not able to hold his own. 3-on-1 the other way. Spiewak giving him the opportunity again. You probably want to get that at Miller's feet instead of missing it to the glass. Really took away from a good opportunity. And you know, a 3-on-1 in overtime, you got to get the puck to the net.
Puck fired from the line from Bullinger. He missed the net wide. Underneath the net now, blocker side of Miller from Legacy. Puck is tied up in deep where it comes back up down to the line. Bullinger again. The big man tunes it in, tipped in front, just wide of the net from Windham. Puck comes underneath the goal line now where Butts handles. And now Butts sends it around the near side wing, but Bullinger is going to hold it here. Hoon had it just for a moment. He roughs his man up on the near side. Freed to Butts, up to center it comes. Beasley off to Vasey into the zone. Vasey trying to go to Butts, and now Butts underneath the goal line has it in his feet. Puck's going to be freed. Butts scrumming for it, but it's taken there. And back the other way we go now for the Davies Eagles as they start their rush out of the zone. That was a deadly pass, but it results in a 2-on-1 into the zone for the Eagles. Here's a drive, big save into the catching mitt at win. Joby Fryer fired it in, and Tyler Miller said not so fast.
And now you see some tired legs and some tired minds, Nick. You know, some plays that we're not going to see earlier in the hockey game when the kids are a little bit more fresh. And right now you kind of see a little bit of sloppy play from both teams in the neutral zone that are creating some rushes, and the goaltenders for both teams have had to stand on their head a little bit here to keep the game going.
Puck controlled here by the Eagles in their offensive territory. Shot missed wide. All the way back up to the near line where it's sent back down from Yeager. Underneath the goal line. Sent out in front. Taken away here. Now it's intercepted. Drive on goal. Another stop from Tyler Miller. He went down onto the pillows and he caught it with the Bryans catching mitt. That black glove with the Vegas gold trims. Got another black puck mark on it. And that was a hard shot from right inside the circle on his blocker side. That was a howitzer from a wrist shot from Albrecht. Off the draw we go. Face off on Miller's blocker side again. Sabres will start their rush up to center. That lead pass was touched there on the cross ice give and go as Easton moves his hard on the forecheck. Josiah Will underneath the goal line. Forechecking as well, but it's the Eagles that have possession up at center. Martell made a play, but it's the Eagles back in with it right in front of Miller. Oh, big pad save. He shut the door again. Puck comes all the way back into Davies territory. They've got possession here with the D-man Seekerson. Fires it forward. Legacy's got possession and real estate now as it's taken and hammered into the zone off the glass behind the goaltender. Legacy's going to get a change here as Butts' line back out, comes down underneath the net, sent out in front. Stick checked away there by Gavin Erickson, and the puck's free up at center ice, down to 1 minute left in overtime number 1 here tonight. Told you, Dave, we might need to camp out at the Ralph tonight. This one could go all night long. Or will it be Beasley now who's into the zone with it? Beasley and Butts into the offensive zone. Beasley waiting for a trailer. Taken in the circle, blocker side. Eagles have the numbers here. This puck's going to go up and into the seats about 20 rows up, and a Souvenir will find a fan with 35.9 seconds left in the overtime session. this one's been worth the price of admission tonight. And how about both goaltenders in this hockey game?
Right, really solid goaltending. You know, both goals that were scored, you can't blame the goaltenders. And, you know, to their credit, they've been kind of the calming force for their team. And really to you know, for Eriksson, when Legacy has created opportunities, he's been there to kind of shut the door. I mean, you know, this game easily could have been 4-1 either way without some nice saves from both goaltenders.
Puck's taken here by the Eagles at center. They'll dump it down and chase. All right, kids, cut it down. We're down to 17 seconds to play in the first overtime here tonight. Puck comes back away up to center ice. Bouncer through the neutral ice territory. Down to 8 seconds. Now 7. One more chance. Into the offensive zone come the Davies Eagles. They've got 2 seconds on the clock. They need to fire. They do now. And into the catching mitt it went of Tyler Miller. He shut the door. We're through one overtime, and that means that we're going to resurface the ice and play 17 more minutes coming up in the state quarterfinals here tonight. Overtime number 2 comes up next here on the PSP Network. Tell your friends and family, if they're not listening right now, they might want to log in, because this one has been a slobber knocker tonight at the Ralph Eggleston Arena. 1-1. We've played 59 minutes here tonight, and they're going to put 17 more on the board after they resurface the ice. It's been fun. Who's going to be the hero tonight? That's the real question. More to come here from the Ralph Eggleston Arena. 1-1 at the end of overtime.
You're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
Ice is being resurfaced because overtime number 2 is needed here tonight. What a hockey game this has been. Shots are 35-22 in favor of the Davies Eagles. Here's your scoring recap. Davies scored second. That's because Marcus Butts picked up his 44th point of the year, goal number 22 on the season, to make this hockey game a 1-0 score at 15 minutes of the opening period here tonight. 41 seconds later, Blake Wimkum from Grant Manor and Colton Spiewak made it 1-1. That's the last goal to report all the way back at 15 minutes and 41 seconds of the first period. We played the full second, the full third, and 8 minutes of an overtime without any more goals being scored. Shots are 35-22 in favor of the Davies Eagles. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Overtime intermission. Gotta love this, don't you, Dave?
Oh, it's been great. Just kind of every time we go to a break, Nick and I kind of give each other a fist bump. Just really enjoying sitting in Ralph Engelstad Arena, calling a good North Dakota High School state tournament game.
Without question. Shots in that first overtime session. Legacy had 6. Davies had 4. And you look at where we stand right now at 1-1 with the quality scoring chances in this game. 7 for Davies, 6 for Bismarck Legacy. We really have had a great game played today, and I think the game plan for both sides, I would have to think Mario Lamoureux's game plan has been worked to almost perfection here tonight in a sense. And Nate Metcalf at the same time, would you agree that this has been a good chess match here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think both teams have done a really good job of kind of taking what the other team has given them. I mean, if I'm Davies, maybe one adjustment that I'm going to make is, we really have got to do a better job of taking away Miller's vision when we get pucks to the net and going. And honestly, with the way that Legacy is collapsing, going low to high and getting some pucks into the net with some traffic there. But really the same can be said for Bismarck Legacy. They had some opportunities in that first overtime period where they did get the puck low to high, and really if Erickson sees it, he's going to stop it. And really there was only one opportunity where they had a man in front that got a deflection. Erickson was up to the task, but I think you'll see more of in the second overtime, just pucks in the net, and it's just going to take a gritty, ugly hockey goal. Nothing really tape to tape and bar down to win this hockey game.
The one question I have for you, we saw Davies with a couple odd man rushes there in that overtime session. What does Bismarck Legacy need to do here to make sure that does not happen?
Well, I think it's just a situation where, tired legs lead to tired minds. And, really, I think we saw it a little bit on both sides of the puck where both teams' structure broke down because of tired legs and tired minds. And these are 16, 17, 18-year-old high school kids, so they're going to make mistakes. So really, it's kind of limiting that mental mistake, getting hydrated, keeping your shifts as short as possible here in the overtime period. A kid like Bullinger can play a 2 to 3 minute shift, but he's not going to want to do that in the overtime. They got through the long change overtime period, but now it's kind of buckle up, and one of these teams is going to have to score because we've got 25 minutes of overtime that's going to be played on this same sheet of ice here for overtime number 2 and number 3 if it gets to that.
You want the good news or the bad news first?
What's the bad news?
Bad news is I'm starving. The good news is Red Pepper's open almost all night here in Grand Forks, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 2 a.m. or something like that?
It used to be when I was in college, Nick, but it's been a long time ago since they handed me that college degree, so yeah. I don't know.
It's been a while since I've been at the Red Pepper at 2 a.m., I'll tell you that much now at 37 years old. However, hoping it's still open when this one's done. I'll treat you to a grinder, my friend, after this work.
Absolutely, Nick.
What a fun one here tonight. 1-1 through one overtime. Second overtime just about 8 minutes away. We'll take another break on our Premier Chiropractic intermission. Got some trail mix in front of us. Maybe we'll hammer this down real quick. We'll come back with our second overtime in just a few moments here on the PSP Network. 1-1 at the end of 59 minutes tonight. 17 more will go on the board. If 17 isn't enough, we'll play 8 more. Then we'll resurface again, and then we'll just proceed until the early morning hours if that's what it takes. I have a feeling that it's going to be over before we know it here tonight. 1-1 at the end of the overtime. Second overtime is next.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chubby Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibetto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
I wasn't really thinking about the shots, honestly. It's just the shots came to me. Derek and Eric especially had some great drives, which led to some great picks. Shout out to them. It feels good.
For you to come out here from a defensive effort against Eagle staff, you're way smaller than him. How did you get yourself pumped up for that?
Well, Coach has a thing that says height doesn't measure heart, and I strongly believe in that. I got the heart, and it doesn't matter if I got the height or not.
That line, good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great job. I don't have the height, but I got the heart. That was a pretty cool sign right there by Jagger Gunville. Back up to you guys.
Yes, and now.
Great smiles come from Vibetto Orthodontics. Vibetto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetto Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, Coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Ackerman Estfold is an experienced team of architects and civil engineers committed to achieving the best possible solution for every project. Over the past 20 years, our team has been trusted with jobs big and small throughout the state, from major flood protection projects to county roads, classroom walls, and community spaces. We will be your partner through the initial design to final construction. Trust the Ackerman Estfold team with your next project.
Well, we said it before the last overtime. We'll say it before this overtime. If you don't have your blood pressure medicine dialed in for this, you might be in trouble because the second overtime is upon us. Nick Holberg, Dave Wilson on the call tonight from the Ralph Engelstad Arena here in Grand Forks, home to the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks. And tonight, it's a high school hockey game that's got our full attention. Legacy and Davies, 1-1 at the end of 59 minutes here tonight. Dave, what does it take in overtime?
It takes heart. It takes all the little things. It takes not having that mental lapse. I mean, you know, your heart bleeds out for the kids that go out there and put it all on the line. You know, when we do get a game-winning goal, there's going to be 20 kids that are ecstatic, and then there's going to be 20 kids that are heartbroken. But you know, a credit to the kids for putting on a good show this evening.
They certainly have. Those young men that wear the extra pads, the extra pads, the goaltenders here tonight have certainly done their job. Shots are 35-22. Unfortunately, somebody's got to lose and somebody's got to win. Legacy from the right to the left. Left to the right for Davies. Puck's handled here by the Eagles. Off the opening draw. They carry down into Legacy territory. Puck's on the near side wing. Scrubbing forward is Hoon. Butts is in to help out there. Now the puck's going to be freed where it comes away to the far side. McMahon throws it up now into the possession of Butts, and the dump and chase is on. Out of the net to play it, Gavin Erickson. He fired it over to the far side and up to center out of the tape. Windham carries in. Windham walks down right to the net. Here's a drive on goal. Save from Miller. Rebound loose in front. Now we're going to have a gathering of different colored uniforms because knocking on the door, Miller made the save, and then Windham just hammered on the hand of Tyler Miller trying to see if he could break the ice.
Right, and just a great play by Windham, turning the corner and getting the puck to the net there and putting it in a dangerous spot. Those are the type of plays in overtime, just getting to the puck to the net in dangerous spots and creating face-offs in the offensive zone are what lead to goals.
Big shot on goal. Stick save Miller. Loose down in the corner. Comes away now to the Eagles. They've got possession. We're in overtime number 2. 1 minute into the second overtime. We'll play 17 minutes of the second overtime session. Puck comes back away on the near side wing. That is, of course, if it's needed, because it is sudden death when you're in overtime. Puck comes away from Martell. Near side from Johnson. He sends that one all the way down. Floats at 200 feet. And an icing on the play with 15:42 left here in our second OT. Nick Holberg, Dave Wilson on the call here tonight. I love spending some time with you, my friend, at the State High School Hockey Tournament. No different here tonight when we've got overtime between number 4 out of the East, Davies, number 1 out of the West, Legacy. Up to center. D-man went down. Puck is freed now here for the Sabres. They take it into offensive territory. Shuffled up off the wall on the near side. Hoon's going to move it off ahead. Got it down to Caleb Johnson. Offensive zone. Here's a drive on goal. That one into the catching mitt. Strider McMahon will make the shot in his presence felt, but the glove save was made.
And kind of a change up there. I don't know if the puck hit something and no, it got straight through. Kind of handcuffed Erickson a little bit there. The defenseman tapping him on the pad saying it's okay, but in the right position to kind of corral that puck there. Like I said, kind of a change up or a curveball or something there, because it didn't go straight into the catching mitt there. Kind of caught him off guard a little bit, but 1-1 we play on.
Puck comes back away, far side. Here's Johnson in with it, fires it into the glove again, and that time Erickson will hang on to it. Faceoff comes now 1 minute 51 seconds into the second overtime. A giant video board here at the Ralph Engelstad Arena with the replays from these games. You get some good views of these kids here tonight. Those facial expressions, something, aren't they?
Right, it's just some of these kids have seen a lot of ice time, put out a lot of energy. These kids are just gassed.
Puck comes back away now here to the Sabres in their own defensive territory. They go up to center with it. Forward it comes off of Botts down into the corner, offensive territory. He went against Bollinger. Back behind the net, it's taken here by Windham. And Windham starts the motor now here for the Eagles. Got it back to Bollinger, back behind his own net. And Bollinger is going to be forced to play it off the wall on the near wing. at the half boards, comes away to Bollinger, back underneath the goal line on his side of the ice. Puck's taken away here. Legacy's got possession again, and Legacy creating some space up top as it comes away now here to Southern. Southern trying to send it in. Bollinger touches again. Fires it up to center. Goes out to the neutral ice zone where it's touched here by Joel Anderson. Went over to his partner Martell. And back come the Sabres into the zone. Dump and chase is on. Down 3 minutes just about into this second overtime session. And now the Eagles skated up to center. They dump it down on the glove side of Miller. Down in the corner. Comes away here. Off of Anderson. He sends it free to the far side at the half boards. Scrum forward comes to Martell. And Martell's got it back underneath the zone net where he freed it off the near wing. Pitch forward up to the blue line, but held now up to center ice. We skate here for the Sabres where Caleb Johnson has it. He's going to just turn back into his own territory, wait for his troops to join him. Comes away here to Hoon. Hoon trying to get rid of it now. All of a sudden, here's a drive and a shot came in. Luke Lorenz hard on the forecheck. The Sabres were just standing around a little bit. Didn't have much puck luck trying to clear the zone as Hoon was stripped on it, came in, and the shot just rifled right at Miller. Lorenz was robbed.
And that's the kind of play in overtime. You know, you talk about smart plays, and, you know, Legacy a little bit laissez-faire with the puck there, and it ends up costing them where they almost give up a great opportunity for Davies to end the hockey game.
Another shot on goal as Miller goes down and gloves a shot from the blue line. Is that one sent in from Skylar Sekerson? Who's the hero tonight? Drive comes in. Save. That one went over the head of Miller after he stopped it with the blocker. Bounced wide of the goal paint. Up to center. 2-on-3 drill now. Sabres have possession. Johnson dumps it down. And the Sabres will send out their top unit. Here comes Beasley and Butts again. 13 minutes, 5 seconds to play in the overtime. Lead pass breakaway. Here come the Eagles in with a drive, and they score. Owen Dubois ends it in the second overtime. What a game that was tonight.
And like we talked about, Nick, about the breakdown in structure, and really that puck wasn't initially meant for him, but tired legs of the Legacy Sabre defenseman, and Dubois flying from his own end gets almost a breakaway pass and goes in and beats Miller clean to the glove side to end this one for the Davies Eagles.
40th shot on goal in this hockey game, and the first one to actually beat the netminder Tyler Miller tonight. The one that snuck in the first went off of a skate in front of him. And the teams will shake hands at center ice after what was one heck of a fight here tonight. It's the Eagles from Davies that get the win in the overtime session. 4 minutes on the dot into the second overtime. Tyler Miller's reaction after that goal says it all, doesn't it? Got beat on the glove side where he's been so good all year long.
Right, and just you know, a senior Dubois, you know, picking his opportunity, using a burst of speed to get behind the defenseman there, and you know, good players, you know, make big plays in big times, and just really for a senior ending this game in overtime, nice to see it on a stick, and a nice play for him to finish the game.
What a contest it was. Let's move to our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Plenty to talk about here tonight, Dave. It's the Eagles that continue their dominating performance at the state hockey tournament. They're back into the semifinals for another year, this time in double overtime against Legacy. 2-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finra and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Oh, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
It's time for the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Now for a look at game stats and analysis. Let's go to the postgame show.
Double overtime is needed tonight. Here's the game goal scoring.
19, Ashton Yeager. That's Dubois from Yeager. Davies goal. Goal time, 4 minutes of the second overtime.
4 minutes on the dot in the second overtime. And Dubois picks up goal number 4 on the year. Dave, how do you do it? We talked off air. We made our picks. I said Butts for Legacy. You said either Butts or Dubois. And you had the pick. Are you Nostradamus next to me here? What's the deal?
Well, Nick, honestly, I thought Dubois really in the third period had some jump, and you look at it, and you got a senior out there in overtime, and the puck finds a senior stick. I mean, he really in the game before this too, the Minot and Cheyenne game, it was a senior for Cheyenne at the end of the hockey game that kind of took it, things into his own mind and got the game-winning goal. So really nothing too special there. Just picking a player that had some jump and a senior no less. A big moment for him.
Good call, partner. Absolutely. Job well done here tonight. That game had a little bit of everything. It was a chess match from top to bottom. Legacy can leave this one. Obviously, they're upset losing in the state quarterfinals, but a lot to be proud of here.
Right, absolutely. And, something that young programs, talk a lot about is, adding to the wood pile, per se, and for the Legacy Sabres, you're in your second year of existence. You win the WDA tournament in Minot's home rink. You get to the state tournament. You put together a really good performance against the state runner-up from the year before. I mean, a lot of young kids here for Legacy, and, I think they absolutely added to the wood pile. They're still looking for their first state tournament win as a program, and that'll come tomorrow when they play Century or Fargo South Shanley here in the consolation side. But a lot to be proud of, and this group definitely added to the wood pile.
They certainly did. They're showing the highlights on the big video board here. That goal from Butts in the early portion of this hockey game today. It's going to be our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers Moving and Storage can help you with your moving and storage needs. It was a fancy one at the start of this hockey game. Well, you look at that, and then we just see the last highlight of the game here today. Kid gets a game-winning goal in the second overtime. Probably propels him to our move of the game or our MVP here tonight. Nevertheless, Butts with the goal early on, and the one that we see from Dubois certainly were moves of the game here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Two great plays made by two goal scorers, and maybe not a goal scorer. He's only got four goals on the season, so maybe we can't throw that at him. But a kid that can finish in a big spot, you'll take that.
Time for our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. 2 of the goals that were scored of the 3 here today. The other one was just kind of a real fluky one that was fired in. Blake Wimkum sent it in at 15:41 of the first period. That was after Marcus Butts dangled his way in and scored his 22nd of the year. We went all the way to the second overtime to find the second move of the game here tonight, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. And it was a goal that was scored by Owen Dubois, the game winner here tonight. Time for the MVP of the broadcast in our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show here tonight. Dave, is there an MVP in your mind? I thought both the goaltenders really played well here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and really nothing that either of them could do on the goals that they did give up. It was a good North Dakota high school hockey game, and you and I being both goaltenders, our heart does definitely bleed for the goaltenders, and a good performance by both of them. Absolutely in the conversation for the MVP of the game.
Without a doubt. Well, final score is 2-1 in double overtime here tonight. depending on what happens in this hockey game, that will decide what we do tomorrow as far as game coverage is concerned. We will have Minot High tomorrow on the bracket. They take on Jamestown tomorrow at noon. 20 minutes after that one, we'll have the loser of this game taking on Legacy tomorrow. And then West Fargo Cheyenne takes on Red River tomorrow night. I don't think we'll have coverage of that one tomorrow night. I think we'll probably just do the first two tomorrow, Dave, to be honest with you here. We'll have that announcement coming on our social media tomorrow, but with the All-West potential for an All-West first part of the day tomorrow, that's probably the angle we will take tomorrow. Maybe we'll call the night one. We'll wait and see how it all folds here tonight. As Century gets ready, they warm up against Fargo South Shanley. Closing thoughts on this one here tonight?
We talked a little bit about it in the intermission. Just, a respectful last two games for the West region. I mean, Minot and Cheyenne, that was a battle, and Davies is going to leave the rink tonight knowing that they were involved in a battle with Bismarck Legacy. So hats off to both the kids in these last two hockey games. They've been good high school hockey games for the state of North Dakota.
Absolutely. Dave, great job here tonight. Best of luck on the bench tomorrow.
Oh, it'll be interesting against the big red machine. We'll see.
No matter what happens, we'll be back on the air with you on Saturday. Nevertheless, in some way, shape, or form, coming up on Saturday. Looking forward to that. Looking for a little hot tub time with you later on with the families tonight as well.
Absolutely.
For Mr. Dave Wilson, I'm Nick Holberg signing off from the Ralph Engelstad Arena here tonight. It's a 2-1 final in double overtime. Legacy falls to Davies here tonight. Till tomorrow at 11:40 a.m. for our Shields pregame show. We hope you guys have a great night, and God bless.
You're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.